Ta ta
Da,
ta
da,
da
da,
da
da,
da
da,
da
da,
da da da
da,
da 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 da.
What the fuck are you doing?
da,
Hey,
da, da.
your head is like all the way down here and shit.
Da da
Oh
da
yeah.
da da.
Claro.
Fuck.
Pop,
All
pop.
right, all right, all right, everybody. This fucking nonsense.
Everybody,
What's
it's me and
good?
Orengo.
Welcome to the After School Club, everybody. Like always, I'm your host Lex. I'm here with Orengo and MIGS. Today exclusively, we're talking to Batman. What's up, guys? How everybody doing?
When I came out of the movie theater, all I heard in my head was, ooh, 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 ooh,
That's a
ooh,
fuck. I think he's trying to do the song to Euphoria.
Is that the Euphoria song? The fuck?
ooh. Like Nate
I like.
Bolton and
I literally. You guys can hear me clearly.
yeah.
Yes,
All
we
right.
can hear you perfectly.
All right. So yeah, I literally just walked out of the theater like an hour ago. So like I was explaining to Miguel. Me personally, I feel like I need to see
Also,
this movie.
we're everybody. So okay, just so everybody knows or whatever, because these guys didn't say it, we're talking about Uncharted.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
Asshole.
That's a great movie. Excellent
Like,
piece of work.
excellent. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I had told Miguel because Miguel called me. Literally, I was getting in the car driving out. I feel like I need to see this movie at least one more time because I feel like I am on the hype train right now, and I can't with all honesty judge the movie how I want to because I'm riding the movie's dick so badly right now. Like I'm getting on. I feel like this was the greatest thing I ever fucking seen in my life. So I need to calm down. I need to have at least a second viewing because like right now this fucking movie blew my mind. Like for me, I know a lot of people are talking. Okay, the movie's 3 hours. It's really long. I can honestly say I didn't feel bored at any time. I didn't like actually was sitting down watching the movie, enjoying like every part of it. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel bored. I didn't feel like damn this movie is too fucking long. I felt like all the scenes added to the fucking story for me personally. Like there's a 4 hour cut, and I would gladly sit down and watch the fucking 4 hour cut. What did you guys think about the length of the movie?
Miguel, go
Anybody?
first.
All right, so if we're gonna talk about the length, I'll save my opinions for the end. I don't. So the movie, I don't think has pacing issues per se because I was invested from the moment. Like I sat down, like the intro to me felt very different from everything I've ever seen from a Batman movie. But I do feel that there were certain scenes that like could have been left out.
Like what?
Like what?
Like, damn, we're gonna jump into it that quick. Okay. I'm not a fan of the motorcycle scene at the end
Okay.
with him and
Okay.
Catwoman, where I think that scene they fucking
By the
like,
way, guys, spoilers. Just we're gonna spoil the whole movie.
yeah, by the time we post this, we're not gonna be posting this like today, which is today is what, Wednesday, Thursday, the 3rd.
You're talking about the Fast and Furious moment.
Yeah.
They go, oh,
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't a fan of that. I think I understood, like, because like since both characters to me, they have a lot of similarities in the way that they're both like, what do you call it? Like, their parents were killed, and
That's
they're
pretty
linked.
relatively a short scene though. It wasn't really.
I thought it dragged on, like they literally had the conversation and they had to follow the motorcycles all the way down the hill to the
I mean,
point where they said, and then he's looking back at the mirror. I thought it was tacked on, like the ending. I thought that was, to me, the movie should have personally just ended with the scene where he's helping everybody out
Yep.
and he's having the monologue with the camera.
Yep.
yeah,
To me, that would
yeah.
have been fine.
That was
I
it.
would have
I
been,
think
yo,
That was
I
the scene.
think yeah, I think the same.
Pierre
I
de
think
Resistance.
when he said instead of vengeance, they need hope. I think right there for me would have been a perfect ending. I think the whole Arkham scene could have been a post credits.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie
I'm
itself.
not a
I
fan.
agree.
I'm not a fan of that scene, by the way.
Like I said, I was discussing with Miguel. I don't have necessarily a problem with what happened in the scene. I would have preferred if they would have never showed Druid. Like if you would have just heard his voice,
Druid.
I think like the glimpse that we seen. I was like, this nigga. He kind of looks like the way they had Joker in Gotham. that his face was like all scarred up and shit. You can't really see it, but you know that his face is like disgusting look. I don't know what the fuck is on his face, but he looks charred up and shit.
I
With
don't
that,
think he
with,
well, I don't know if he was charred up, but I know that he was like he looked
it looked like
they were
bubbly,
trying to
like, I
push
don't
like
know.
he
To
looked
me, it looks
disfigured,
bubbly.
like he
Yeah.
looked disfigured.
Point is, I don't necessarily have a problem with
Is he
this.
another child of the orphanage that
Uh,
burned down?
I don't know. Like I said,
Mm.
I don't necessarily have a problem with the scene per se. I wish they would have just like I would have rather just heard his voice than see his face. I still would have knew that was fucking Druid because I heard his voice. I know that's fucking Druid. Um, I'm hyped to see Druid in the fucking DCU as the Joker. Like like when I seen him fucking in Eternals, I was like, I'm a fan of this motherfucker. So to see him going to the DCU, I feel like it's gonna be a different interpretation of the Joker. I'm probably gonna like it most likely. But I was discussing with my guy. I feel like they just put that for like world building, just so they can let people know we're gonna have these shows that are gonna be coming in HBO Max pretty soon, and this is just the world building, just letting you know that these characters do exist within this universe, and just so there's no confusion. No, it's not Jared Leto. No, it's not fucking Joaquin Phoenix. This is a totally different story, different universe. To let like the normies know, no, this has nothing to do with them. This is gonna be, I'm guessing, what I'm saying to is the Joker of this fucking universe.
He had the same accent too. Like I was like,
That's his
the
accent.
fuck?
He was like, I'm not what you call it. He's like, I'm
Is
using my Irish
is this
accent.
guy really on that fucking ego trip of just like, no, I'm not here to act in your roles. You're here to alter your roles to fit me.
Bro, that's the thing.
Okay?
I mean, that's an interpretation. If it works, they don't have to do a voice all the
Conor
time.
McGregor, bro.
Before I get into my opinion, Orengo, because I feel like we're doing this shit all wrong. But okay, go ahead, Orengo.
Yes. Okay. Overall, I like the movie.
It belonged to you.
No, I didn't. I think everything served a purpose, even though it was 3 hours long. I don't think there was anything in terms of slow pacing. I don't think people were walking slow. None of that business. I think everything served its purpose. Every scene was needed in terms of telling the narrative that it's telling, and nothing was really wasted in the movie. I mean, sure, you can trim like 5-10 minutes out of the movie if you know where to look, but overall everything seemed to serve its function.
Yeah.
I will say the ending is the whole reason why I had to stop and think about it for days if I like this movie, on how much I liked the movie. I liked the movie just fine, but I feel the ending, I have this philosophy, I don't know how true this is, but I think that no matter how bad a movie can be, if the ending is memorable, people are willing to be very forgiving of that movie, as opposed to the movie being really good, but the ending not working. Because I know of movies that are like mediocre, but then they have a really fantastic ending, and people tend to remember those.
That works in series as well. Look at fucking Game of
Yes,
Thrones.
exactly.
Did the cops knock on your door at any time this week?
They did not know.
Okay. Like, because we sent a search party out for you because you were MIA
Yes,
in the chat like
Yes.
3 days. And in my head, head canon, Orengo was like literally the lights were off in the theater, and then the next day they turned them on, and Orengo was still like this.
Because
So-
In the chair, like,
it
he was still in
began
O
right
mode.
after the movie finished.
Yeah, I was still pondering. I will say, if we're talking about the ending, the ending I think is the reason why I can't say this is my favorite movie. The ending, to a fault, deters this movie a lot. This movie should have definitely ended 2 scenes before where it ended. The stupid cameo scene should have been a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And the last scene of the movie, I understand why it's there thematically, but you have such a beautiful poetic ending with the whole bookend of the narration, of the theme being completed, because it starts from one place and it ends in another place, and you have this beautiful little montage at the end where you solidify that idea and you cement it at the end, and it actually, I believe, it cuts to black, and then it just goes to the stupid post credits scene inside the movie, and then it goes to the Fast and Furious scene. I would have preferred 1,000 times if it would have been just the Fast and Furious scene and not the post credit scene. The post credit scene should have been in a post credit scene, because the problem with this scene being in the movie it's in the fabric of the narrative. Like this is not something that is disconnected from the movie. It's part of what Matt Reeves ultimately wanted to say. And because of that, and because it's weaved into the fabric of the film, it falters a lot for me. Like you have no idea how much it upset me, the fact that that was integrated in the film and it wasn't something that was relegated to the post credit. If Matt Reeves would have put the other scene that apparently he shot, where earlier on, Batman goes to Arkham Asylum to profile the Riddler, and there's a scene with the Joker, that would have been fine for me because at least it would have weaved together in the narrative. It would have made sense at the end for the Joker to be like, well, that guy screwed you over. We should be pals, buddy. Instead of it being like, well, the movie's over, but we got to stick that shit in the end because the studio told me to. And maybe it wasn't the studio, but I'm pretty sure it was the studio. It just feels so out of left field. It feels like the Thanos scene in Guardians of the Galaxy where it serves a purpose that is not directly in contact with the narrative.
I think the mystery on that too is that 4-hour cut. Because if there's a whole extra hour, I'm imagining if he always had that he always had that scene planned, but we had some scenes before that maybe eased us into that scene. Maybe we got to see Joker.
We only had the one scene.
Got something because there's a whole hour that's missing.
He did say explicitly there's 2 scenes that I shot with Barry, but one of them was cut off, and that's the scene that I'm talking about where he Batman goes I think in the 3rd act he goes to the Arkham to profile the Joker, the Riddler, and then he encounters the Joker and they have a conversation. And then the other scene that he shot was the scene that we actually saw. There's probably other stuff in the film that maybe was cut off for time or because it didn't serve a purpose. Usually those 4-hour cuts, I don't know how much of a 4-hour cut it was or if it was an assembly cut. An assembly cut is not a real cut. When people say, oh, there's a 5-hour cut of this movie, it probably is they just stuck all the scenes in there, like all the scenes and all the angles, and it just probably didn't work. So that's yeah.
Yo, por 5 minutos, but I'm here.
Awesome. So I think that probably the 3-hour cut it's sufficient enough. I don't think that anything extra would have added anything beyond setting tone.
I have a problem with that scene for different reasons.
Go ahead.
Honestly.
Which one?
So Sully, spoilers. I know they don't bother you. We've spoiled so many movies for you. You don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The Joker makes a cameo in this movie.
Yes.
Lo que llevaban diciendo hace tiempo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
okay.
100%. It's basically the guy that plays Druig from Eternals.
Yep.
But you don't really see him. You really don't see him that much because he's having a conversation with an incarcerated Paul Dano. Their cells are next to each other, and they have like those weird doors where like you slip through.
Yeah.
And the Joker's cell is like really dark, so you only see glimpses and pieces of his face through that little opening, and he looks kind of disfigured. Yep. Like you can't really get a total feel for his face except that he has like fucked up. He doesn't have a dental plan, and he got a disfigured face.
Espera. Dame 2 segundos. Ustedes me están diciendo que ese Joker está desfigurado.
Apparently,
you can't see a clear clear.
Okay. No, pero es que I'm going somewhere with this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I have somewhere to go. Okay. ¿Qué Joker se desgarra la cara?
El de Gotham, ¿no?
Exacto, pero ¿cuál específico?
Heath Ledger's?
No.
No, el de uno en Gotham.
In the show.
Lo que pasa es que en the show, exacto. En los cómics.
Lee Bermejo?
The New 52 one, right?
Yeah,
exacto.
That one.
Sí.
Es lo primero que me llegó a la mente. No me importa qué actor sea, porque el Joker puede ser cualquiera. Lo que importa es la ejecución y whatever. Pero, mano, acabo de escuchar eso es lo único que me imagino. Esa portada del cómic, él aguantando la cara.
Oh, the face. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I got a
it
lot
could
of
be something
Earth
good.
2 vibe. I got a lot of Earth 2 vibes from this movie.
Anda.
So, my problem with it is the following. Throughout the movie, there's like 2 scenes where I want to talk about specifically where I was watching the movie and I like gripped my chest and I was like, holy shit, are they gonna do that in this movie? If they do that, like this movie, like for me, sets it completely apart from the rest.
Mhm.
I'll talk about the first one later, but the one that got me the most was when Paul Dano was having the interrogation scene with Batman, and he
Yeah.
basically says, or he implies, or you understand that he calls him by the name Bruce.
He sings it. Ooh,
Yeah, he's like,
Bruce.
and you're like, in my head, I was like, oh shit, this movie just fucking took a fucking left turn because he knows or whatever. He
Mhm.
knows. Obviously,
Yeah.
they backpedal on that. I think they backpedal on a bit, and it's not that he knows. It's all this bullshit, blah blah. In my head, if you had that scene where he's in the jail, you could have introduced anybody. My preference would have been Hugo Strange.
Okay.
Why introduce a character we've seen time and time again? Like that was a perfect moment in my own script. Like I would have totally like introduced a character like Hugo Strange that would have like been like, oh, they basically the Joker tells him like, oh, he makes a joke out of it. He goes like, don't you know that everybody loves a comeback story? You still have a chance and all this stuff. Why not give that to a psychiatrist? Introduce like somebody like Hugo Strange and be like, oh, don't worry, we could solve your issues or whatever. I just need to know what you know. And then like lead it in with the fact that he really does know his identity. He really does know that he's Bruce Wayne, that he has that secret which nobody else knows. Why introduce the Joker into this? Like we've seen that character so many times.
Okay, but
already.
question.
I
Miguel.
agree.
Mhm.
Ajá, pero dale, Orengo.
Oh, sorry, Miguel. Question though, in your movie theater when you saw that scene, how many people applauded?
Nobody.
So the
I
thing
heard,
with-
and actually, I heard a couple of what the fucks. Like I heard a couple of those in the crowd.
Cool. So my screener, maybe because everyone was hyped or whatever, everyone applauded in my
Mine too.
theater. Thank you.
Really? But
Mine too. People applauded specifically. He says something.
The clown
The
thing.
clown thing. Once
The
he
clown
said the
thing.
clown, everybody. Oh, everybody
Yeah,
started
they
fucking
all
out when he said the clown.
flipped
Yeah.
their shit. Yeah.
Flipped out over here.
Pero thank
I
you
was-
to look for that, porque para los que no sepan, I haven't seen it again, como dijo Miguel, I don't give a fuck about spoilers.
Mhm.
Cuando eso pase, voy a estar bien pendiente de quién grita, quién no y qué es lo que gritan, porque para mí eso es bien importante, porque pueden decir lo mismo, como que está bien la otra vez, y de momento, qué cojones, lo que estábamos diciendo,
Yeah.
la teoría, bla, 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 que si este nuevo Batman, qué cabrón,
Ujú.
cosas así son las que yo busco también. Pero desde un principio que empezaron a salir las reseñas, las opiniones de las personas, no tanto aquí de Puerto Rico, sino de Estados Unidos, para especificar, yo sentí desde un principio que esto era como un cómic. De la manera que me están hablando sobre el pacing, esas escenas así, como tú lo estás describiendo, que él está como que entrecortado, qué sé yo, yo lo que me imagino son los cuadros de los cómics pasando y no sé, mano, como que me hypeó un poco esa perspectiva. Me
Pues,
gustaría,
Cely,
obviamente,
you're in
verla
luck.
ya, pero pues.
You're in luck because this movie feels like the most Batman movie ever.
I'll be honest with
Eso
you.
es lo que yo llevo buscando desde hace años. Eso es
Yeah.
algo que a mí ni siquiera Batfleck me dio. A mí todo el mundo me tira hate porque a mí no me gustó Batfleck. A todo el mundo me mandó con Batfleck y yo acá como que...
Yeah,
ajá.
I wasn't that big of a fan of Ben Affleck either. I thought he did good, but I wasn't like, the best Batman I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
Exacto, para eso yo, de verdad, si a mí me ponen entre la espada y la pared para escoger a uno, yo siempre voy a escoger a Michael Keaton.
Okay.
I
But, yeah.
I again, like that scene for me, I feel like Paul Dano did such a great job in this movie.
Mhm.
And then to have that scene at the end, I was just like, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I felt like it was very tacked on.
So
When
it
I first
feels
heard the
like that.
rumors, I was like, oh, fuck it. You never know who. But when I saw the execution, I was just like, damn it, man. Like this movie stood so well on its own.
Yeah.
To then attach it to an idea that's been rehashed again and again and again and again and again. It was just like, fuck, man. Like you could have added, if you would have brought in any other character, I would have been happy because it's something new.
Yeah.
But the fact that, and I'm that's
Yeah.
saying so much for me because I love the fucking Joker character, but it just felt like coño, like this felt like its own thing in such a great way. Like it was this movie, like it does not fucking let up with like the dark undertones. Like
Mhm.
I was telling Nick, I was like, this might be the first Batman movie I watch where like there's no, even the silver linings don't quite feel like a silver lining.
Okay.
Like he never really wins in this movie. Batman never really wins in this movie.
No, he does not.
He does not.
Thank
There's
God.
no. Yeah, there's no like, bro. He's not. He's a psychological terror to a lot of these what do you call
Criminals.
it? Like a lot of these thugs.
Yeah.
But he's not. I didn't see him as like a physical imposing like Batman. Like to me, this is totally different. It's very psychological. Even the way I love the way that they open the movie and he gives a monologue and he's basically like, when that symbol shines in the sky, everybody who's doing what they're not supposed to, they start shitting their bricks.
Yep.
They literally start pissing their pants. Like you see people that are like doing graffiti. And once they see that symbol, they're like, oh shit, and they start looking at the shadows. And he says, and half of the time I'm not even there.
Yep.
Like I was just like holy shit, like that tone.
He was like, it's not only them calling me, it's also a warning. And I was telling Miguel, like something that I don't really hear anybody talking about, but for me personally, I know there's references to Seven, there's references to Zodiac, there's references to a whole bunch of movies, but I feel like there's such a strong inspiration on Robert Pattinson from Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. Like the way he looks so horrific, the way he walks, like every step is intentional. He walks like Michael Myers in the movie, like he's really slow. He walks really, the way that he creeps up the shadows. Like, yo, this motherfucker looks like he's not big. He's not Ben Affleck huge. He's not Michael Bay. I mean, Christian Bale in the first one. He's not big. He's more thin, but he looks scary. Like
he's taller
me,
and more scrawny.
He looks scary. He pops out of those shadows, and the way that he I'm telling you, I felt like I was watching Michael Myers. This motherfucker is like, for me, the first Batman. Like, I like Christian Bale, I like Michael Keaton, I like all of them. Christian Bale is gonna be my favorite, but that's just me personally. But I've never seen a Batman that, for me, looked actually intimidating.
Cabrón,
ponte a pensar, mala mía, pero ponte a pensar. A un tipo que está empezando a estas mierdas de vigilante. Y es como decir John Wick con un lápiz. Tú dices, es un pendejo inofensivo y se va a ver como un pendejo inofensivo hasta que te puede caer. Te puede caer encima. Aquí, he has to look menacing. Yo, por lo menos, esa era mi perspectiva desde que él estaba en la escena esa que sacaron, que él está cayendo encima al tipo y dijo, I'm vengeance. He has to make himself look bigger to be actually menacing. Porque he knows the moves, pero, just like you said, you look at him and he looks fucking scrawny and taller and whatnot. He looks like he hasn't taken his Flintstone vitamins, but
But the way it's even presented in the movie, like that one scene, Orengo, that one scene, it worked so good. So we had already seen it. It's in the trailers where basically the car jumps through the trucks and they stay on him walking from the point of view of like the penguin upside down.
Yep.
But in the movie, it fucking goes on for a while, and then all you see is his boots, and then he goes like one of these. He looks into the car. I was like, oh my god, that fucking scene works so bad. Like I was in the chair, and I was like, oh, if I was in that car, like los chorros de meow would just be falling on my face, like my whole urine.
I'm fucked. I'm definitely fucked.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, this was the first time that I've seen Batman actually look in live action actually look menacing. Like he looks like, I would be scared if this motherfucker popped out of the shadows.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you for telling me that, because créeme, yo no era que iba con bajas expectativas, pero en verdad que no eran las mejores.
I even from the start, I was watching the movie and I kept saying to myself, I was like, this movie, first of all, it certainly doesn't look like a fucking Marvel movie. The color palette, like everything is so dark. It looked like if there was a physical representation of like a piece of land getting cancer, that's what this fucking movie conveys. Like it's so fucking dark and drab, and the tone of it is so fucking dark. And I was just, even the shots, like the way that the camera moves in the movie and the way that shit is presented, I was like, my god, I'm like eating up these fucking morsels of the world building they're doing. Even the fucking club scene,
like
when they
very different from it didn't feel like Batman Begins, and like they didn't feel like
it looked like a place
Christopher Nolan did.
like I was watching and I was like, yeah, there's definitely like some child trafficking going on up in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it was very like your mind would go to like, oh, there's just some fucking seedy ass shit going on in that place. Like
Everything-
all the worst things you could think of, that's what it looks like it's going down in that nightclub.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Ve,
Everything
esa-
felt real nice.
yo no les llevo diciendo, o sea, yo les llevo diciendo a ustedes tiempo que I wanted something like this. I'm so sorry, pero I wanted something like this, and you guys are describing it. I'm just getting hyped. De verdad, el hype
No.
que no he sentido hasta ahora.
Oh,
I'm
I
getting
told
it.
Nick I need a fucking palate cleanser after watching this Batman. Like I need to watch something very upbeat and happy, like Rescue Rangers or some shit, because like
Oh shit.
it's very fucking like it's very dark and menacing.
¿Qué te ibas a decir, Lex?
Lexus.
Lex, I think DEKE is cussing him out for us doing the podcast without him.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
exactly
I
what's
think
happening.
so.
Oh no, that's a problem.
Tell him to hurry up and get in here.
He doesn't want to. I think.
Nah, he's doing something. Yeah, like we were saying, there was even little like a little scene where Paul Dano is talking about the orphanage, and he was like, yes, every year one baby died because of the cold. Like when he was talking about the environment of them growing up, 30 kids in one room, I was like, everything about this Gotham is just so fucking bleak. Everything is just like, even sometimes, even the color palette sometimes, like it really did feel like, and I know, shitload of people already mentioned that it feels like a David Fincher film, it feels like Seven, it feels like all these movies, but for me, it did feel like it, and this is probably what I'm gonna write in one of my reviews. But if this movie, the Batman feels like a bunch of movies that you've already watched, but like done so masterfully. Like there's things in the movie like, okay, I've seen this before, yeah, I've seen this before, but it's done so fucking good. Fucking drop this one.
So fucking good that it makes you drop your vape.
Exactly. That's how good it is.
You'll be so shocked. Yo, put that shit in one of the reviews.
So good.
You'll be so shocked you'll drop your vape.
Bro, but like, yeah, I feel like this is like I said, it's a movie that you've seen time and time again, but the way that everything is just weaved into each other, like for real, this movie blew my mind in so many different ways.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Perfect. Se creían. Quiero que la gente sepa, mi gente. Ellos querían cancelar la única persona que no le iba a pasar la manita a Batman.
No.
It was beautiful, pero beautiful. Like this is my reckoning. This is my
I
renewal.
love it.
Shut the fuck up.
I love it. I love it how he says la única persona que no le va a pasar la manita, but yeah, he went to see it again today.
Yeah.
And he gave it a fucking 8.
And
Yeah.
he bought the
This was
cup.
this was
That's
this was, this was this was the guy that said, "Don't be putting numbers."
Exactly.
Right? Don't be putting no
What-
numbers.
what-
He's
what's
like,
numbers?
"Hey,
No.
that's it."
Le hablé número.
No.
Le hablé números a ustedes.
Nah.
Le
His
hablé.
phrase,
Okay.
Nah.
his phrase
Nah.
was, what qualifies you to give a number?
Exactly.
Yo puedo decir muchas cosas que me cualifican, pero mejor me quedo callado. Pero anyway, pues dale. Anyway, Corillo. Yo fui a ver esta película otra vez, porque la primera vez que la vi no había reacción de público, porque pues aparentemente es gente que nunca le hizo cómic en su vida, y era como que no habían reacciones. Y esta segunda vez fue como que con público, y reaccionaron una sola parte. I was like, really? ¿A eso fue lo que ustedes reaccionaron?
The Joker?
The Joker.
No, it was more stupid than that. I was like, really?
I don't know who
Was
to
it?
fly with him.
El carro.
Oh, the car scene.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you though, that was one of like, and when they introduced the Batmobile in all the movies, that was one of the, for me, that shit felt badass as fuck, yo.
Sí, pero
For me,
¿tú sabes por qué me
it
gustó?
felt more badass because I read the fucking book, bitch. And the car
¿Tú sabes
has
por qué me gustó?
the car has history, son.
Watch
The
out,
car has history. The car has
Watch
history.
Watch out.
Porque el cabrón no sabía guiar el manual y por eso se trancó la palanca y por eso no arrancó al principio. Esta vez caí en realización de eso y dije, holy shit, no fue que él le dio un minuto, fue que se equivocó. Like, se quedó en primera.
I don't think that's canonically correct.
¿No?
No. It's a good try, though.
I think for a person that has been years building a car, I think he would know how to drive a fucking stick shift when he created the fucking car, bro.
He's a fucking gearhead, bro. He's basically Toretto in the book.
And yeah, they say that.
esta película, tú sabes, la razón por la que le di un 8 es porque tenía elementos de Fast and Furious, o sea, tú sabes que en mi libro eso le da...
Got you.
O sea,
Eso lo eleva.
mira, el final lo que le faltaba era... Tin, 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 tin.
We said that.
We said it already. We spoke about it. That scene was totally unnecessary. Yo, go ahead, Deke.
No, que me gusta.
I can't stand him talking with his static picture. I feel like it's just judging us. Like,
Bien cabrón. I agree.
Ahora mismo ustedes no saben si este soy yo. O sea, como que puede ser alguien que me metió un cantazo en la cabeza y dice, "This is the only way to be in the episode."
Bueno, parece que, en verdad, parece que están modelando, ¿cómo se? Ay, estas porquerías, las stock pictures con una peluca.
Sí, en verdad que sí. Like, después de tener el pelo así como que ahora recortado este estilo, yo veo ese pelo y yo digo, ¿is that a wig? Y yo sé que no era una peluca.
Yeah.
Hermoso.
Bueno, ya me hypearon la película y antes de que me convenza otherwise, yo me voy porque en verdad si no, no la voy a ver. Si de que empieza a decir todo lo que le gustó y lo que no le gustó, yo no la voy a ir a ver.
No, tranquila. Deberías ir por el vaso. Yo necesitaba el vaso.
what?
Como que...
No, si alguien me consigue un vaso, pues chévere, pero yo no voy a comprarme el vaso.
You know that you could have just went to Caribbean Cinemas, bought a popcorn and a cup without buying a ticket to the movie, right?
I left.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you went to see the movie a second time for the cup?
No. O sea, me quería sentar y verlo otra vez.
Okay. Now,
honesty, you know, what he saw, you know, telling yourself the truth is the first step. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, pero bueno.
Yo me largo. Los quiero.
Dale,
sí, thank you. Deja ver si consigo un vaso y qué sé yo, le pongo florecitas a DEKE o something. Pero nada. Hablamos. Bueno.
All right. So then, yeah. So
with this movie, with this set, I'm gonna say that I like the movie a lot. I actually like it a lot. But I don't think it's a perfect movie. It has its things. Like there's some scenes, like that scene with the motorcycle was like unnecessary to me. I think the movie, like it's not long, but I did feel a little bit like the third hour of the movie. To be honest with you, I was just like, it felt a little.
For me, the only scenes that for me, the way I saw the movie, the only really scenes that I could be like, I don't think these scenes were necessary again, was the last two scenes. I agree 100% with Orengo and Miguel. Like when it comes to the scene where he's helping the chick go into the fucking helicopter, like they fucking picking her up, he's talking about hope. I think it should have finished there. I think it should have just ended right there. And again, the Catwoman scene, for me, I didn't need it at all. Post credit, I didn't need the scene, and the whole Joker shit could have been post credits. I think the movie would have ended there.
O la podían acabar en lo del Joker y ya. No tenían que.
No.
That feels really tacked on.
Yeah, put that shit in post credits, and it would have been good.
Yeah.
For me, it's, again, I just came out this movie. I came out super fresh, so like I'm on the hype train. It's hard for me to like get off the hype train right now, but I'm trying to think of a movie like a hero's, I guess in interpretation, but of a hero's first movie, like okay, Michael Keaton's first one, Iron Man one, anyone else, but like a first movie with a person playing the superhero. If I enjoyed it as much, like I know I could tell I like this movie better than Batman Begins. I like this movie better than the first Iron Man. I like this movie better than the first Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Damn, that's a tough one for me.
For me, I know for a fact because I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes. But the first Tom Holland Spider-Man, I wasn't like, holy shit, oh my, I wasn't blown away by it. I think it's the same thing with a lot of the Marvel movies. I like them. I really enjoy them. The first Captain America, the first Thor, the first Iron Man, I liked it. But the first Ant-Man, I liked it. But it wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna rate it on a Batman level though. I'm gonna keep it stuck with a Batman. Like I think it's not, to me personally. That's just my opinion. Like to me, I want to say I like the tone of this one more than Batman Begins, way more. But in like a movie overall, I think I like more Batman Begins.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from this movie. Like I really enjoy this movie. I still enjoy this movie a lot. I just think it feels like I think literally the reason why it feels like the tone feels so different is literally why it like sets it apart from the other ones or whatever. Like it's its own thing. Again, I was shocked at the fact that like how dark it fucking got in this movie without being a rated R. Because they were fucking murders left and right.
Pero podía ser un chispito, tenía como que un free segue para ser un chispito más dark y no se atrevieron. Y hubo un momento que la primera vez que yo me quedé bien callado con ustedes porque de verdad quería como que ustedes vivieran, like, yo le hubiese dado más puntos extra a esta película si se hubiesen atrevido a matar a Alfred, de verdad. Como que ya yo estoy bien cansado.
That was one of the scenes. Yes, that was one of the scenes I told Nick that there's two in particular. One being the Alfred scene, which when they happened, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna totally set this movie apart from the rest of it. They kill Alfred this fucking early. I was like, holy shit. And then they backpedaled and I was like, damn it. I was like, shit.
Yeah, until that point.
Pero qué película, espera, ya que verdad, es que a mí lo que me gusta de Batman es que me da redención para otras críticas de otras películas. ¿Qué película hace esto también? Creo que la de Star Wars, ¿verdad? Que matan a Chewbacca y después no se tardan ni un segundo para echarse para atrás, no tienen los cojones.
I was like, but Star Wars is a different thing than this movie. Like you don't expect somebody to really. I didn't expect Chewie to die in that.
Pero el Alfred, por eso Alfred es como que uno hace, oh shit, lo mataron. Y es como que, ¿cuánto pasó? Como menos de un minuto que te revelan que he's not dead.
That's why I really thought that at that point in the movie, I thought it was a missed opportunity. But I get, why, because I actually like the scene that he has in the hospital bed.
Claro, está súper justificada porque era la única persona que le podía dar redención al papá de él.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that was necessary.
Built it up. The way they filmed it, the way that scene unfurls, I was literally gripping my fucking chair.
Yo,
I was while he's racing and he's like literally driving over there and he's racing against it. He's like, yo, this. I was like, bro, I was kind of with my chest like, yo, they're gonna do that? Are they really gonna? I compare that to like when they almost killed the toys in Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Like I was literally like, are they really gonna fucking do this? They're children's toys. Like they can't do this.
They did that shit so lovely.
Entonces, si lo hubiesen hecho, nos hubiese traumado. En Batman hubiésemos hecho como que that's fucking dope y nos hubiese gustado un poquito más la película. Pero entonces,
the execution of that shit when he's talking to the old lady and she's like, "Yo, I've been trying to call you. This happened a half hour ago." Yeah. At that point, I was like, if it wasn't because fucking Miguel had told me that the night before, I would have been like, yo, they fucking killed this thing.
Time out. Don't put all the blame on me, bitch. You asked me. You literally said, no, I don't give a shit. Spoil some stuff for the movie from me.
Okay. All right. I'm not saying, bitch, that I didn't tell you to spoil it, but I'm just saying, if it wasn't because I knew already that Alfred was alive, I would have thought at that point, I was like, yo, they fucking killed Alfred. Oh, shit. And I thought the little bit that he was in it, I really enjoyed his version of Alfred. Even though he was in the movie a little bit, I really liked how, he played him. It made it seem like if he was the one that trained Bruce the way he was speaking.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He was like
if you read the book, you would have known.
Oh, you in the fucking book. You in the fucking book. Fuck the book already. But
it's called his fighting style is called Bruce Jitsu, bro.
Shut the fuck up about the book.
There's enough inference in the
dialogue.
Exactly. You can tell by the what he says in the movie. But that's why, like I said,
don't be throwing the towel, Orengo.
It felt it felt like fucking for me it really felt like Earth 2 Batman. I got like strong Earth 2 vibes, and I really like I had told Miguel, I would love to see the storyline where they go into the Arkham history and they show, like, because in Earth 2, Harvey Dent has a sister, and the sister is actually who becomes Two-Face when Harvey dies. Like, yo, I would love to fucking see that story play out in live action.
Orengo, how did you feel about that scene?
About the Alfred scene?
The whole killing of, like, kind of killing Alfred. What was going through your mind, like, while that shit was going down?
I really thought they were gonna kill him. I was like, okay, so you're gonna play with the dynamic of not having the father figure for the rest of the film. That's interesting. But then obviously they backpedal. But como DEKE dijo, it served the purpose because como DEKE dice, he was the only one who could vouch for his father, because at that point he was thinking his father was like the scum of the earth. And to be fair,
his father was still kind of
Exactly. That's the cool thing. But see, that's the cool
Es lo
thing.
que hizo, no, él sirvió de buen butler, él limpió un poquito, como que la mesita, como que tu país es un sucio, pero no es tan sucio.
But that's the cool thing about the movie. Como esta película, todo el mundo es chaotic. Ya sea chaotic lawful, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. Como que, chaotic. Full, todo el mundo era caótico porque nadie aquí se podía limpiar las manos de que eran pecadores. Todo el mundo estaba haciendo mal. Y algunos estaban hasta justificados lo que está haciendo mal. Lo más interesante es que The Riddler, from the get-go, he is doing the right thing. He's killing all the people that wronged Gotham for decades. And the only reason he's going about it wrong and the only reason why the investigation starts es porque he's killing the people. Si no era por eso, no one would freaking care. Pero como él está empezando a matar a todo el mundo de una forma tan sadística, pues that's when Batman has to get involved because, you know, no killing, bro. Stop killing the people.
But that's the fucked up part about it. He's killing people and everybody's like, oh my God, he's killing these officials. And people don't know that those officials, they kill people for fun all the fucking time.
Exactly. And that's the interesting part. Tú sabes, ¿dónde queda la cuestión de la moral en cuestión de Batman, of what he's trying to do and what he's trying to achieve? Este reconocimiento de Jim Gordon, como él se da cuenta de que basically his whole precinct is fucking corrupt as shit. It's insane. Hasta el punto que Gordon is also a little bit dubious porque he might not be outright corrupt, pero él también bends the rules también. The fact that Batman's there, obviamente, is one of those bending of the rules. Y él está dispuesto a hacer diferentes cosas porque él le tiene una confianza a Batman porque él cree que Batman it's a tool, it's a means to an end.
I mean, technically, the way they got Penguin is like not
exacto para
not exactly lawful.
Exacto.
And then when they were done with him, they just left him side.
They just for the guy.
Really quick. There's a question that was rattling my brain while I was watching this movie. Before I fucking forget, I have to ask if y'all seen it. In this movie, you know, there's scenes where Bruce is putting the pictures and he's spraying the white, like he's making the whole map and everything. Remember that? When I saw the movie, there was like words in Spanish.
Sí.
Sí.
So
was it the same thing for you?
La rata alada?
No. Not the rata alada. No. I'm
gonna tell you exactly what happened.
The sins of my father, los pecados de mi padre.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
Estamos con número 11.
Hey, if you're getting cocaine, use the mic.
Why must this be like this? It's so unnecessary.
If you're buying an ounce, use the microphone, please.
Dame, pelona, el combo que se ha
No, en serio, come on.
Sí, y eso sería todo. No. Gracias a ti.
Mi gente, not from personal experience, but that's what buying drugs in Santurce looks like.
Yeah, essentially.
Un número 7 con extra powdered sugar.
Mira, so a Miguel no vio eso. And I'm
What the fuck? All right, go ahead. What you saying, Orengo? Miguel no vio qué?
Miguel didn't see the Spanish letters in the graffiti because I think it's one of the first times I've ever seen a movie do this in recent memory. They altered it with VFX.
That's what I was like.
Selective.
It looked funny when it was written.
Yes.
I was like, for some reason, this doesn't look like it's actually written.
Yeah.
It looked like CGI, and it happened
Twice.
So the sins of the father. You're talking about when he spread out the clues.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't say the sins of the father. It said los pecados de los padres. Because when he goes
Es que parece que el problema era que el que hizo la parte de research en español, cabrón, no sabía latín. Era como que, I don't know. Porque todo esto se resolvía si ellos aprendían español más rápido.
Like, such an asshole, but like dead ass. When it's written,
Spanish.
When it's written in the orphanage, it's in English. Then all of a sudden he's fucking spray painting, and it's in Spanish. Then the same thing when he takes the rug in Riddler's house off, and there's the map, it's in fucking Spanish. And I was like,
you don't understand, bro. They're trying to show you his brain is so fragmented. He jumps the border every now and then, bro. Sometimes he's Batman, sometimes he's El Venganza, bro. His mind is so fractured.
It's a weird arbitrary decision because I didn't understand why they did that instead of just putting subtitles, because it was selective. Because if it was for literally every billboard or everything in the movie, it would have been fine. But it's selectively for two really random scenes,
Random as fuck, yo.
Put Spanish words as opposed to English words, and it really took me out for a second because I'm like, I know this is a CGI effect, but my questioning, who at Warner Brothers thought this was a good idea? Well, you could have just done subs, which is something they do in any other part of the movie. Because I think when they're doing the cards, if they don't spell them out, I think there was one of the cards they just put the subtitles of what it meant in English and Spanish.
Bro, it was weird because there was different. Even within that one scene, he had Pecado de la Pata, but in the other side, it's in English.
It's in English,
so
exactly.
Like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
What will really fuck with your head is the narration? Did you hear it in English?
No, it's all English. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, but was he speaking in Spanish in his brain and you were just hearing it in English?
Shut the fuck up.
Was he narrating in Spanish in his mind that you were just interpreting it in English?
Shut the fuck up.
The aspect I liked about the Riddler the most was in the third act when they decipher the cryptic video and they see the video. I got chills because I'm like, this is kind of too real world for me right now. Like all this guy reminded me of is
QAnon.
QAnon, say no, es que no, not even no. I'm gonna go way beyond QAnon because QAnon are a bunch of idiots. I'm talking about the real people who go on Facebook, they put a webcam on their body, they turn on their Facebook, they take out a AK-47 and they shoot down people. That's the shit I'm talking about.
I thought you were
gonna go a totally different route with that. I thought
you were gonna talk about your favorite author.
No.
By the way, este es el factor que me da miedo. Ustedes saben que yo estaba viendo el próximo Riddler en mi sala y yo estaba haciendo del Riddler esperando que el Riddler saliera a la sala para poder irme.
What?
Like I was there watching la escena del Riddler. Tú sabes que el Riddler está en la iglesia mirando hacia abajo hacia Batman.
Ajá.
Pues yo tiré un inverse Batman. Yo era Batman mirando al Riddler en la sala. En mi sala había un verdadero Riddler.
There was somebody dressed like the Riddler?
No. There was someone that we know that he will become the Riddler.
No.
Really?
Like, I'm not joking.
Liar.
I was scared.
Wow.
I was scared. Pero como yo estoy solo, obviamente yo estoy sentado, yo conseguí silla.
Can you imagine that? He looks back at Dick and there's eagles.
Amazing.
He goes, you see what you just saw? That's coming your way, baby.
Loco, él nos va a hacer lo mismo a todos nosotros, by the way. O sea, todo lo que
This is going up.
Steve.
I'm just saying you're not helping your cause because this shit is going up pretty soon.
That's just
on Sunday.
That's just to you, bro. That's just to you. I ain't catching none of that heat.
Yeah.
That's coming to you. That's coming to you all day, Marco.
No. No sabemos de qué estamos hablando. Esto es un riddle. Riddle me this.
Yeah, I like the aspect of the disenfranchisement del Riddler. This whole idea de que you can be so fucking alone in this world que realmente you take solace in others who think as extremists as you. Y este es el problema también, because it's like a mental health issue cuando tú estás tan ostracized from society que tú estás viviendo la película tan cabrón. And that whole scene with the interrogation where he truly believed que él y Batman were working together.
That's what the fuck I was telling Miguel.
Crime. That shit was amazing. Y cuando él tiene la catarsis de que no, wait, what the fuck? I know I'm not crazy. I know that you were doing this shit for me. You were helping me out. And when you think about it, Batman was kind of helping the fuck out of him. Pero la cosa,
he was literally
doing every single thing.
Every single thing that he was the puppet, even to the last part where he brought him out into the light and they shot him. He helped them kill that guy or whatever.
Entonces, como Paul Dano, which amazing performance de Paul Dano, como que llegar a ese punto de como que you're vindicating me, you're making me be a person that people will remember, para que luego como que Batman diga como que you're a fucking psychotic man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Como que, oh my god, and say he starts screaming like a crazy person. That shit was.
Pero me gustó. I like that scene also because the way he says it is like he's telling Paul Dano's character just so he could shut up, but in his head it's like working on him.
Exactly.
Like he's like, yeah, you're just a psychotic, but in his head he's like, fuck. Like everything that's coming out his mouth, he's kind of right.
He's kind of right.
I can't show him. Like I'm not gonna empower him. I'm not. No le voy a dar la razón. You know?
And they take the time to point out, like him looking at the cameras and shit. Like I felt like he was cornered.
Exacto. I like that this is a Batman that como que he's taken, como que le da accountability for being who he is. Usualmente no pasaba con estas narrativas que you would argue, pasaba en Rises un poquito, this whole idea of the privilege element, que it is discussed maybe in comic books, pero tú nunca lo ves en película. En Rises se habló un poquito. And maybe at beginnings también, pero las otras películas nunca hablan de este aspecto de privilegio. But now we get to this aspect donde se vira la tortilla. Es como que, oh yeah, you were an orphan, but you weren't really a fucking orphan. How can you be a fucking orphan with all that fucking money, all that privilege? Mientras yo estaba en un freaking orfanato de verdad, fucking dying. Como que había sufriendo la decaída. I couldn't fucking eat, I couldn't do anything.
He said, "What type of orphan lives in a building above everybody else?"
Exacto.
I was like, "Oh, that
great line, dude.
Like,
it's a really great line.
my nipples hard."
Y ese aspecto filosófico de cómo tú empiezas a cuestionar los traumas y cómo los traumas son tan diferentes de uno, porque es verdad, él está tratando de minimizar el trauma de Bruce, pero el trauma se convirtió en otra cosa, como le pasó también a Riddler. And when you think about it, es un yin yang. They're two sides of the same coin. Lo que pasa es que
remember the other days I had a conversation with you guys, and I was like, I'm tired of seeing the CGI boss battle at the end. I like the characters that are kind of literally mirror images of themselves.
Yeah.
And this movie like delivered that shit in spades, because like they're literally both orphans. It's just that one got the shittier end of the deal, and the other one, you know, got a shitty end of the deal, but he lived in a fucking lavish lifestyle. Like they're polar opposites of each other, but kind of the same. Yeah. I fucking love that. I ate that shit up. I'm an easy mark for that type of dynamic.
I was telling nigga, like I felt like they say a lot in a lot of Batman movies that his villains are inspired by him, like he inspires these other people. But I felt like I've never seen that the way it happens here, like live action. Like not only was the Riddler inspired by Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, doing anything, even his followers were like different. Like that, you could tell that they really thought that going on the outside of the law and doing what they were doing, they were actually helping. And that is, I wouldn't say solely inspired, but in a big way, it's inspired by Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, going on the other side of the law and trying to help the way that he helps.
Claro. Like why is Batman justified by being a vigilante cuando otros están haciendo exactamente lo mismo? They are cleansing the evil que tiene Gotham. Lo que pasa es que pues de la perspectiva de Batman, they're going about it the wrong way. And of course, as the audience, you're like, you don't want more people fucking dying over this tampoco. De la cuestión de erradicar a everyone, pero realmente, how justified is Batman in this vigilantism si también otra gente cuando lo hace, he chastises it for it. ¿Entiendes?
Because Batman is putting people in jail. He's not going to the level of actually taking your life.
Sure.
But they're putting people in hospitals, not jails.
I was like, he's kind of putting them in intensive care and then
I didn't mean to say jail. I meant hospital. He's putting motherfuckers in the hospital. He was bashing brains. That's why there was parts of the movie that I like I said again, I'm on the high. I really enjoyed this movie. This shit blew my mind. It's like the greatest thing I've ever seen right now at this point. But there was parts of me that I wished so badly that this shit would have been rated R. I felt like there was just like when he was beating that last Riddler and he was beating the shit out of him when they took the mask off, I was thinking I was gonna see how Jared Leto looked in Fight Club when Edward Norton beat his ass. He had like fucking 3 teeth and the fucking like his face was all disfigured. That's how I thought this guy's face was gonna look when they took it off. And I was
those guys were in the building when the guy had the bomb attached to his face, right?
Do you think que él tiene seguidores? Because I don't think so.
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the same guy that literally told Bruce?
No.
In the movie, like, oh,
I don't think so.
There's a guy.
He fucking deserved it.
Creo que es.
I think so. I think it was the same guy. I could be
said,
wrong.
He looks up at Bruce and he was like, he deserved it, right? What you think?
Yeah, because that's the point where Bruce is kind of like, I think that's what I understood. They're trying to convey that he's trying to, who the fuck is the Riddler? Like the Riddler could literally be anybody in this room right now.
Yeah.
And then he looked, I think, at like 3 different guys, and I think that's like the number of guys that were literally on the scaffolding helping him out or whatever.
There was a bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah. So,
ustedes preguntaron quién era el del final cuando revelaron la máscara. Eso fue lo que ustedes mala mía que se me fue la
no, yo estaba diciendo que yo pensaba que ese tipo era el mismo que estaba en el City Hall cuando entró el carro con el tipo con la bomba.
Yeah.
Sí, el que estaba hablando de algo de la hija, right?
Yeah, I think
Ese-
so.
Yo
Yeah.
tengo como que yo pienso que era él, all beaten up. O sea, no tan beaten up, pero como que con la cara inflamada.
Yeah, I thought that was him. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you
Sí,
could be
porque
right.
él le pregunta quién eres y él dice el Venganzas. Es como que chévere, es como que él se quedó con el cuestionamiento desde la iglesia, porque él le prestó atención a esa persona. Y the way was, la forma que lo pusieron era como que haciendo la pregunta y al final tienes la respuesta, ¿entiendes? Como que he got the chance to ask him.
See, that's why I need to see it a second time because I
So-
missed that completely.
I didn't
I'm
get
gonna
that. Yeah,
prepare
I
you
gotta
guys
see
for
that.
the second time. There's stuff in this movie, and me and Nick were talking about this
Oh,
before.
hay un montón de cosas que yo no me fijé la primera vez.
Exactly. I'm like, is this just in the movie for being in the movie, or are they like planting seeds and world building? One of the things,
Yo pienso que ellos están world building porque hubo algo que tú me preguntaste esta mañana
yeah,
que yo me quedé como que wondering y después ahora cuando lo vi la segunda vez estamos spoiler like
yeah. We're
Oh, yeah,
smart. This,
we're
not,
smart.
this isn't gonna
Lo
air
que tú me
today. This is gonna
dijiste-
air after.
ok, lo que tú me dijiste de Bane está bien, como que chévere, es como que era el reference, pero encontré bien curioso y es como que cuando tú estás escribiendo un guión, no hay accidentes en lo que tú escribes. Y cuando estás dirigiendo tampoco hay accidentes con lo que tú ves en escena. So, cuando él se inyecta esto, el panel que tú tienes atrás en una película que la mayoría de los colores son como que rojo, es como que un tipo de paleta de color ya predeterminada.
Fucking
Al
bright
final,
green.
cuando él se inyecta ese líquido, atrás él tiene dos paneles color verde guindando.
Yeah, I see.
Y yo dije como que, oh shit, es verdad, es como que, y ahí cae en cuenta de que sí, es como una referencia completamente a como que, sí, mi gente, lo que viene es Bane.
So,
Yeah, I
Orengo,
saw it.
did
I
you
was
understand that
questioning
reference?
that too.
I assumed it was maybe a Bane reference, pero yo pensé
Yeah.
que era como que un shot de adrenalina.
I
Eso
thought
que
it was.
No,
I
no,
was
hay una
too,
tablería atrás guindando color verde.
Not
but
only
that's it.
that,
I was like,
not on-
why green?
yeah,
Specifically,
exactly. Not
why
only that,
green?
but the liquid. I think if you look at it, is green.
It's
Yeah,
green.
Sí,
That's
el
what
líquido,
I'm
el
saying.
líquido
The
es
liquid
verde.
was
Y
green. I
la
remember
entrada
when-
que tiene es el mismo sistema que tiene Bane. So
That's
me
what I'm
quedé
saying.
pensando como que this motherfucker is gonna keep inspiring more villains apparently.
That's what I'm saying. Like the epinephrine is not green; it's clear. Like a
And-
lot of that is actually clear. For them to specifically go out of their way and make it green, knowing that has significance in the Bat universe. After Miguel told me, I was specifically looking for that to happen. When it did happen, I was like, "Yo, shit, that does kind of
Don't
rub
blame
my
me for
ear a
shit
bit."
like that. Now
Es
they're
que la
gonna,
forma que se
people
lo
are gonna be like,
inyecta
people are gonna be like, you saw it because they premeditated you to fucking
No,
see
but
that.
bitch, you
asshole.
told me yesterday they didn't premeditate nothing. You know what I really thought was dope that I've never seen in the Batman movies, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing it. That he has an actual use for the bat on his chest, like they're knives. He could take them
Yeah.
out and use them. I thought that was something small, but I thought that was
Yo
cool.
tuve un problema con eso, mano.
like a batarang.
Yeah, yo, he was using it to cut. He cut the fucking rope. I was like, I'd never seen like in any iteration that he can actually take it off and have real world use for it.
So back
Sí,
to the
pero
Bane thing.
eso era como un clip-on, eso no era ni magnetizado. Y yo digo, como que no se te cayó en toda la película con todos los cantazos y ahora al final tú vienes y lo quitas así como si nada.
How
Es
you
como
know
que
it's
hay
not magnetized, bitch? Did you make it? How you know?
Porque tú escuchaste un ñiu o algo, no, ¿verdad? No había referencia de sonido, pues no.
I didn't hear.
Cabrón,
Tú sabes que tú sabes que la
down break. Los imanes en la nevera de mi abuela no hacen ñin tampoco. Y como quiera se pegan.
Cuando DEKE hizo su score de 8 de 10, un punto menos fue por eso, te lo juro.
Ah, exacto.
Because they didn't edit it correctly. They didn't put the ñin.
They didn't put the sound. He saw it on IMAX, and it was like I was waiting.
Aunque,
to
to be
hear it.
fair, esta no es la primera vez que un superhéroe usar su símbolo para algo. Si se
¿En
acuerdan,
live action?
sí, live action. Si ustedes se acuerdan de la película seminal Spider-Man, Superman 2, cuando él está peleando en
él
el
tira el
Fortress of
escudo, ¿verdad?
Solitude, él tira su escudo como si fuera una bolsa de tiflón o algo hacia el enemigo.
Sí, que no hace nada, que no
Yes.
hace absolutamente
No
nada.
hace absolutamente nada. It just detracts them for like half a second.
Yeah.
Enough for Superman to kill one of them, I think. Pero
Orengo's
hey,
like, Orengo's throwing low key shade. He could have picked any hero, but he picked Superman.
pero
He was
it's
like,
the only
le
time.
faltaba. You can't see him right now, but he's pointing at Deke like, and that's your hero, okay? So
That's the one you like.
you chose. No, but
That
that
muted his mic. He's right now like, you know, fuck you, Orengo.
fucking eating his fries, mad pissed off. So another thing that again, I can admit, me and Nick were talking about it. That's a little bit of a reach.
Dale.
But if that kid isn't a significant character in the following movies to come, he should be labeled as the kid with the worst luck.
Cool. Okay.
Because he's literally being stuck in shitty situation after shitty situation this entire movie.
Did you Orengo? Did you see Titans season 3?
Yeah. No lo vi completo,
Stop
pero
trying to link this
básicamente
to
completo.
Titans.
I'm not trying to link it, but I'm saying the actor I saw that played
Yeah, the
Tim Drake.
actor.
Right?
Sí,
You
sí.
seen him? I was like, yo, I wouldn't. For me, knowing that he was in Titans, I was like, they're probably not gonna make no type of iteration of
Oh,
Robin
no, for
with
sure.
him just
La
because
primera vez que
he's in Titans.
ese nene está en la película, hay algo que me lo encontré curioso. En la forma que él estaba vestido, parecía un fucking assassin, obviamente, y parecía que le había picado la cabeza al tipo. Y yo decía, holy shit, así está empezando esta película, como que un nene decapitando.
I was thinking the same fucking thing. I was like, yo, is that fucking Damian Wayne? If that was Damian Wayne, this would have been already all over the place. There's a little kid with a fucking knife. I was like, this fucking guy slicing somebody up. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
I was watching it, and I thought somebody was gonna get their fucking caps peeled because it looked like a sniper scope, and I was like, I literally sounds like you literally told me we weren't gonna see the death of Bruce's parents, yo.
Exacto.
I was like, if you're gonna kill them inside the fucking house this time, and you're gonna say that's different, I was
No,
like,
no,
God damn it, you fucking lied to
Él
me.
se cansó de que los mataran y él los mató a ellos. Yo pensé eso la primera vez que lo vi. Yo dije, this is a new spin. Like, he's tired, he's gonna kill them. Yeah,
like Michael Myers, yo.
Para, you know, I like that scene porque se pareció mucho a la escena de como lo hicieron en Tim Burton, la primera, que they use like a proxy family para throw off the audience thinking que tú estás viendo the Bruce family again. So eso me gustó mucho, pero yo al principio dije,
ahorita,
okay, so you're doing the Tim Burton thing. Y cuando efectivamente era eso, es como que me pompió esa idea.
Mucha gente está poniendo un listado de referencias de que esta película se basa.
Sure.
Y yo creo que al 100%, a casi todos los que yo he visto, por lo menos si tú hiciste un listado, yo por lo menos no he visto uno tuyo, Orengo, pero a lo mejor tú lo pusiste, pero sí están dando referencias a muchos otro tipo de películas, pero me di cuenta que esta película, todo el mundo está como que con el debate si es mejor que la trilogía de Nolan, ¿verdad? Porque eso es como una de las cosas que sé que mucha gente
I guess sí, some people compare it porque son las dos interpretations of Batman que se sienten más reales. So, obviamente siempre va a haber la cuestión de la Granted, exacto.
Por eso, pero que esta película coge un montón de referencias, había cositas que yo decía, ok, esta gente se sentó y honestamente vio la trilogía de Batman y vio ciertas cositas que como que tu cerebro no era un member berry, pero te acordaba inmediatamente de la otra película, porque me pasaba en muchas partes.
Yeah, the interrogation scene has shades, hella shades. Even though Paul Dano's, for me, that performance was like fucking crazy, there's certain things that they feel like the interrogation scene from fucking Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like, it really does. It really does.
Las inspiraciones aquí son bastante claras. I'm pretty sure que everyone's already mentioned the obvious one, so
yeah, but for me, in ningún momento did it feel like a direct copy. Like it was just cheesy. I felt like inspired, influenced.
Es el mismo approach de Joker. El mismo approach
I never felt like it was like
the plight felt really similar. Like he's trying to get information out of him, and that guy already has the upper hand. Like, and people will die. People will die while you're here trying to figure out the fucking riddle. Like,
I know, but
I felt like that was.
But that's
that
like
was pretty,
in what like cop interrogation scene like that in a movie or a show does that not happen? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like, okay, they took this from the Dark Knight. In a lot of movies where there's interrogation, the villain has the upper hand.
Además de que el contexto aquí es bien diferente, porque el Joker con Batman, el conflicto era un conflicto de ideología de morality. Aquí el conflicto de Riddler y de Batman ni siquiera era descubrir información, era simplemente a ver si había un tipo de conexión más allá. Incluso, dare I say, que there's more of a connection de Riddler y Batman de lo que Joker tenía con el Batman de Nolan. Because they wanted to portray the thing de que they had a symbiotic relationship, pero I feel that la relación más simbiótica era con Riddler y Batman, más que Joker, which is interesting, because I always appreciated mucho esa relación de Nolan, como la interpretó.
Yeah, because I feel like in the Dark Knight, the connection between Batman and Joker is not so much so personal as much as they're just outsiders within their universe. Like Batman could be as like he could save as many people as he wants, but he's always gonna be looked at like a freak.
They're both monsters. He's just ahead of the curve.
In this one, it was more directly connected.
Sí.
Bruce Wayne and Riddler.
Yeah.
I felt it was different. I didn't feel like they was like
I
just
felt like
cheesing off the Dark Knight.
I didn't. Again, I feel like they weren't cheesing, but the whole connection thing is like he's literally affected. A has affected B to the point where now B is a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Like it's literally the same. I felt like it was the same dynamic. I'll be honest with you. As much as I liked the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, I did like Paul Dano's fucking his monologue with Bruce more than the Joker's monologue with Bruce in that scene or whatever.
For me,
They're different.
Yeah, for me they're different. I like the Joker. It's just for me is again, the tone of this movie is just so menacing in every aspect. The villain looks really menacing. He doesn't look physically as scary as Heath Ledger looked in the fucking Dark Knight. But when he puts his mask on and all you see is those fucking eyes, there's a menacing factor. Batman looks fucking menacing in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
For me, it's just that Joker was just like this, and well, they're both disconnected. But Joker had like too much of a chip on his shoulder. Like he literally thought if it's me versus a million, like I can fucking literally blow 1 million people up and walk out of this fucking house like nothing's gonna happen.
Yep.
Dano feels like way more fucking premeditated.
Yeah.
Like it's very like 17 steps ahead, and I'm already thinking of like if the outcome is this, I'm even more 17 steps ahead of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Él tenía
Tenía el tutorial de Twitter que lo estaba ayudando a planear las cosas. Le decía dónde comprar.
Loco, sí,
como
lo
que-
mejor era como la gente lo estaba ayudando.
Yeah.
That shit was
Exacto.
insane.
He looked for me, the Riddler looked scary in a way that Joker didn't, because what was the most scariest thing about the Joker was that everything that he did, he felt like it was so spontaneous. Like you couldn't predict what he was gonna do. It was just like just like he could like shake your hand and then he could just kill you. Like you couldn't predict what he was gonna do. The
I also
Riddler
think-
felt different.
I also think the way they're presented in the movies is so fucking wildly different. Like they literally hung somebody off of a fucking building onto a window, like in the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
and you were just like, "Oh shit, that's fucking crazy." He did that. Meanwhile, this one, like they were pulling simpler shit, but the tone of the movie and the way it's presented, you were just like, "Fuck, man!" Like anybody could drop any second with this fucking guy. Like,
But again, a lot of that was because for me, it felt so much more personal. Like you would see just the Riddler and the one person interact. Like really, he would grab it, you would see him grab it. Like for me, it felt so much more personal. I love the Joker. Like for me, Heath Ledger's version of the Joker is always going to be probably my top villain within the universes of fucking Batman. But yo, Paul Dano did good as fuck, yo.
Lo interesante, ahora que estamos teniendo esta conversación del Riddler y el Joker y sus interpretaciones, es que a pesar de todo, el Joker was always an agent of chaos and he always worked alone. Y el momento que él quería demostrarle a Batman que someone was willing to change for his cause and his ideology, Gotham itself didn't, but he did churn the man that he needed to churn out the most, que era Two-Face, ¿verdad? Era el hombre más, tú sabes, more morally good, que lo logró. Exacto, the White Knight, he corrupted him. Pero, the world that Matt Reeves created is so fucking cynical. Que 500 tipos were ready to rile down the cause of this fucking psychotic man. Algo que ni siquiera Nolan podía enseñarte, because even him in his own cynical approach, he wasn't that cynical to be like, well, I don't think Gotham would be so horrible to blow up a boat. Pero Maris is like, nah. En 2022, pa, yo sé que hay 500 locos que se tirarían la manoma. Yo lo sé.
Yeah, I know.
Eran 507 locos. No tenía ningún follower y entonces o sea, no estaba siguiendo a nadie.
Yep.
Entonces la 2 va a tratar from the power of friendship. Como ahora está following a alguien, ahora él es más poderoso.
Cabrón, I know that like somebody, some studio exec was literally like, wow, this script is fantastic, Jim. Thank you for your time. Security, watch that motherfucker. I see you building. And I want you, next time he comes in here, you search him twice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please.
Like,
no, it's
other stuff in the movie that I found interesting. Jesus Christ, my fucking brain just went blank there with the fucking comment about.
Did you enjoy the voiceover? Like, I really dug the voiceovers.
What are you talking about? The narration from.
And Bruce goes October 31st.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, I enjoyed the fuck out of that, yo. I
Did
really
you-
dug that
Oh,
Me
shit.
was it
gustó
that-
porque le dio un toque como que más, como que October 1st, they were mean to me. I am Batman.
Nigga,
I
I was
took it-
super
I
surprised
took it-
that whole movie was a week.
I took it
Yeah.
as like you gave this character traits, and then when you went into Paul Dano's room, you're like, oh my god! Everybody in the room was like, this fucking guy's a maniac. Look at this shit. October 31st to fucking November 1st. Who the fuck does shit like that? And Batman is like,
Entonces, eso era para enseñarte los similares que ellos eran.
I know, that's
O sea,
what I'm
que si
saying,
tú-
but I'm just like, he was like, you trying to tell me you guys
Bro.
don't keep journals every day?
When he said October 31st and then it ends with November 6th, I was like, all this fucking movie happened in one day and in 1 week? Yo, this
Yeah.
was the fucking week of reckoning in fucking Gotham, yo.
Yeah,
Yo, that's
worst week of the universe.
If you turned on the news and where you live in Manatee, they were like, yo, your neighbor died yesterday. Oh, and look, the house across the street from you, fucking the guy got killed. Oh, the house on the right of you, they killed him on Thursday. You're literally in your house like, it's fucking Friday. Is my number up? Like, yo, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
narración-
el problema con el dubbing, el único problema con el subtítulo abajo, es que ellos se echaban gotas y ellos eran goti adictos. Y entonces el subtítulo decía goti adicto. Y yo, ellos están adictos a la ciudad. I was like, shit, this city is some cocaine or some shit. Como que ellos están adictos a la ciudad.
Yo, and I was
Pero
like, oh, go ahead.
No, que eso fue una mala, como que una mala jugada de,
Yeah.
¿verdad? De como que darle ese tipo de drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, the fucking Riddler finished this movie. Yo, the death count has to be incredible. Because I know that they like a whole bunch of people had to die in that fucking flood.
Let's see.
They never
There's,
mentioned anything about casualties, right?
There's a newspaper clipping that says like 70% of Gothamites don't know how to swim or some shit. It's in the movie.
Okay.
Okay, no.
Shit,
I mean, yo me lo creo.
Bueno,
o sea,
lo único que te presentan nadando es un perro. Yo no vi nadie nadando por la ciudad.
exacto.
bro, bodies upon bodies, just
Floating.
on the fucking floor in Gotham.
I
Yo,
don't,
Yeah,
I don't
floating,
mean to be
floating
I don't mean
bodies.
to be very gross, but like that shit is like shades of Katrina. Remember when the fucking Atlanta
Por
got
eso.
hit by and the levees
Sí.
broke? Like they were literally taking bodies. They couldn't
Oh.
even dispose of bodies. They were throwing bodies in a ditch.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Malo.
So the way that they did that, I was just like, holy fucking shit.
I
like,
was dying for that. I was like, yo, they should have fucking let it hit us with that fucking death count. I want to know, like, yo, this nigga
Pero es
Riddler
que,
got
es que
away with
casi ninguna película te enseña el death count, porque es como que dentro de todo es una película de héroes. O sea, no quieren que enseñarte como que 5.600, you let down 5.600, 200, 4.000 millones de personas.
But
Como
that's
que
Time out. Deke, te tengo una pregunta.
Ninguna.
¿Tú te sentiste como que esto fue una película de héroe? Like, did you have that? Because
That's
I
what
always
I'm
look you at like somebody so positive. Like,
No,
I
no.
came out of this movie like, no, but it's a genuine question. Like, did you feel like by the end of this movie, like Batman was a hero?
No, era un cabrón que pues estaba tratando de solve some things, pero no estaba siendo muy heroico, que digamos. Al final le pusieron la nena para que tú sintieras que era un héroe, pero tú le podías quitar eso porque it was not earned. O sea, como que las cicatrices que tenemos por dentro y por fuera. Like, ese little monologue de las cicatrices fue lo único que como que me hizo...
I felt like there was no silver lining in this fucking movie for like anybody, like not even for Bruce.
Es como que...
You felt there was
Por
a
eso
silver
es que le
lining?
daban tantos besos con Selina Kyle. Era como que darle por lo menos redemption besándose a la tipa porque no va a tener en otros aspectos de su vida.
What would you say is the silver lining?
I felt like the silver lining was that Bruce changed his mindset and from everything is vengeance, fuck everybody, this, that, and the other, to if I'm going to change my city, maybe I should change the way I go about it. And instead of just instilling fear, what the people need is hope. That to me, that was the silver lining. That's why I really, really like that ending, because for me, that was the change that I seen in Bruce. Because Bruce, desde el principio, you see how dark he is, and you see, oh, I'm 2 years, I'm becoming a nocturnal animal. I don't see.
Y todavía nadie le dice Batman. Es como que él es el vigilante, el venganza.
I don't see the effect that I'm having. And then at the end, he says, I am seeing the effect, but it's not the effect that I wanted. So maybe I'm going about this different. And to save the city, maybe I need to instill hope in its citizens. Maybe I need to be. I have to be a Dark Knight, but I also have to be that symbol that yes, somebody is here. Somebody's here to defend you.
Okay,
I
that makes
empezar-
more sense.
Yo creo-
That- I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That shit went totally over my head in the movie. But I'm gonna be honest with you. It does make sense because in some parts of the movie, I felt uncomfortable seeing him interact with people so much. So like in that ending scene where he's like literally helping the girl, I was like, that shit feels kind of out of place. But with your explanation, that makes more sense to me.
Es
now.
que
Why-
esto es
why
un
they
Bruce
film
Wayne.
it in that?
Es un
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne que está totalmente desconectado. I mean, when you think about it, creo que esta es la primera película de Batman where you see more Batman than Bruce. And it's
Yeah.
super adrede la película. And it's because I think que él solo utiliza Bruce Wayne as a tool to advance whatever Batman is doing, who is his true self. This is the most, a pesar de la de Tim Burton, esta es la película que más yo puedo decir donde you truly believe la ideología de que Bruce is the
Wayne
mask.
is Batman, yeah.
Exacto, y Batman is his true self. Pero,
he uses the normal body to infiltrate places.
exacto.
I was
Entonces,
like, that is a
Ese es su
fucking
stealth
take.
suit.
I was like, that is a take and a
Exacto.
half I've never seen on the fucking character.
por eso, pero eso
He
es lo
uses his regular
interesante.
stuff and he carries the fucking suit in a
Entonces lo
backpack.
interesante de eso es que along the way he gets chastised for basically not being el philanthropist que él podría ser. Porque siempre la idea de Batman ha sido de que he doesn't need to always punch his way through things. He has the privilege and the means to actually instill real change. Incluso la tipa se lo está diciendo before she was going to office. Decía, your family has a history of philanthropy, but you're like not doing shit about it. So what the fuck? Like we should do
pero
something
eso-
about this, bro. Entonces yo
Eso
creo
es
que
para la
at the
segunda
end-
parte.
Exacto, yo creo que la segunda parte es ese slow turn a darse cuenta que not everything can be solved with fisticuffs. A veces yo
Y que va a
necesito-
necesitar ayuda.
Exacto.
Que tú vas a ver, es Friendship. El título de la 2 es como que Batman and his friends. Que tú vas a ver, usted
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh.
Es esta cuestión de aceptar que pasa en la película. He accepts de que necesita ayuda, por lo menos de Selina Kyle, que necesita
Y
ayuda
porque-
de Jim Gordon, of course.
Exacto, y también adicional, te tiran una línea que está súper adrede en la película, que es que he cannot be at all places at once, y tú empiezas la película con eso. Básicamente al final tú tienes el reflejo de que he cannot be at all places at once y pasa todo el despingue de la represa y es como que él se tarda en llegar en el sitio, ¿entiendes? So,
Let me ask you
yo
guys
entiendo
a
que va-
question.
Ujú.
Mala
¿Qué?
mía, dale there.
no, que yo lo que espero es que se queden como que centrados en héroes de ese universo de él, que no empiecen a traer como que otra gente de otras franquicias. Ese es como que mi gran miedo, que se vayan por el route de let's make money.
That was my other
I don't
question coming up. Do you
feel-
think they'll remain? Do you think this movie? So they set it up. If you're saying that's the fucking theme of this movie, that like he's a fucking dark human being that he learns, I guess, the power of friendship. Do you think the second one will A, be as dark, and B, be as grounded? Like, do you think these beginnings are literally just the beginnings like this? Like he doesn't have the tech, he doesn't have a pimp, he doesn't have the Batmobile, he has a souped up vehicle. But is it for the sense of like he's starting out? I would like for them to like literally stay like this going into the second movie.
I don't think of like a business choice. I don't think that they could change because it will be so drastic, and they already have Michael Keaton returning, so they're gonna have a Batman that's gonna be more. How would you say it? It's not magical, but more fantastical. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael Keaton is not gonna be like he's with Flash. Flash is jumping through fucking multiverses. I don't see how they could introduce anybody with powers. Superman, Wonder Woman, like within this universe, it would feel so out of place. Because this movie, realistically, you could take Batman out of this movie, put a random detective, and the movie would still be equally as enjoyable without being a Batman movie.
That's what I was gonna tell you. I always thought that the way this movie feels, like I think Orengo mentioned it one time, that it's like the Joker. Like this movie is, I don't want to say it's only a Batman movie because there's a guy in a costume, but it felt like something very, very, very fucking different. It felt like a straight up detective movie. Like
it didn't feel like necessarily.
It's not that it's not a Batman movie, but it kind of stands on its own 2 feet without all the Batman-y stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. You could take the whole Batman aspect out of this movie, and this movie would, I feel like it would be pretty much the same.
It's Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt all over again.
Yo, Yo, like we haven't even got on that relationship with Bruce and fucking Gordon. Yo, I thought them two were fucking. There was a lot of scenes that wasn't necessarily funny or made to be funny, but there was parts between them that I was fucking laughing in this movie.
The dynamic between them, I think, like it's very. How can I say it? Like they don't obviously it's the second year, right? I think that's what
Yeah.
they're saying. It's the second year,
Mhm.
so
So the
their
beginning.
relationship is already established. But the way that the movie goes about like showing the connection, I don't even know if we got that in The Dark Knight.
No, I don't think we've
I don't
ever
think-
seen.
Yeah,
It's like, yo, it's Batman and Jim are in the trenches.
they've
Like, they're
believed each
working
other.
together,
Like in
right?
the past movies, they've believed in each other, but I don't think you've ever seen the teamwork.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Am I
Yeah.
right?
No,
Okay,
I
I
don't.
could be wrong.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie where like Bale and fucking Gary Oldman, like I don't remember them necessarily
Oh, that's
going
right.
through scenes and being like right there with each other.
No, era siempre expository. Era como que entraba al scene of the crime, James Gordon le explicaba algo briefly y se escapaba al carajo.
Yeah.
And then they were kind of separate for half the movie, and then maybe algo importante pasaba que they need to get
Y
together.
ellos no se contaban los planes entre ellos.
Para
Era como
nada.
que secreteos entre ellos.
Esto era ver Brad Pitt y Morgan Freeman hangueando,
Yeah.
¿me entiendes? Like it was
Yeah.
that level of like
Mhm.
partnership.
What's in the box? A finger.
Papi, I
Yo,
wish. You know
thumb
what?
drive.
I
was like, get the
really
fuck
A
out of
thumb
here.
drive.
thumb drive. Jesus Christ,
Wow.
that shit was great.
No
I
es por
would-
nada, pero esas pistas y como ellos
Yes.
sacaban las cosas, yo decía,
And not
for
only-
real.
Not
Este
only
cabrón tiene un
that,
IQ de 2000.
yes, not only that, like I was trying to figure it out as the movies go along, and I was like totally fucking gone. I was like, oh, drive because it's a car. You drive the car. There you go.
Exacto.
Yeah. There's a body in there. And it was like, no,
There
dumbass, it's a thumb drive.
There was parts of this movie that I've heard people say that they got it, and that made me feel so fucking stupid because I'm watching
Yeah.
this movie and I'm like the fucking the fucking bat, the rat with wings. I automatically thought it was Batman.
Yeah, me too.
I thought a rat with wings is a fucking bat. And it's like going to that. But when he came out with the URL,
URL.
that motherfucker
You
went right over
are.
my head, yo.
You are. I was like, URL? For real?
Right over my head, son. En ningún momento that was like, hello, URL.
Por eso-
En ningún momento that.
Por eso, esa fue la única que yo digo, how did they figure that shit out? Como
I
que
had
legit,
it.
esa es la única que...
No, I had it though, but it was because of the viral marketing campaign. There's a viral marketing campaign, and the site exists. You can go to it. Ratalada.com.
Nah, but you think that's what I wouldn't know.
I sent it to you guys. And it's the Riddler asking you questions.
Oh, shit.
Which by the way, I think did you guys stay till after the credits?
No, I left. I heard
After
there was
the
no
credits-
post credits, so I left.
After the credits, they flashed the website on the screen.
Oh no, I left.
They flash the website on the screen for like 3 seconds. And you get the hyperlink, blah, 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 and they take it off. So if you go right now to the site is still up. I'm like, will they update it after the movie's like been
Yeah.
out a while? Like, are they still gonna fuck with it? Like,
Yeah.
Sí, y toda la gente que se meta al site sigue subiendo los números para que en la próxima película sean los followers del Riddler. Eso va a ser, ya tú vas a ver.
Bro,
I mean,
the
I'm
fucking
gonna be
part-
honest with you. I would love for him to be in the second movie. I'm hoping he's gonna be a pivotal part of the second movie. We haven't seen the last of him.
La película es de Friendship. Claro que va a estar con Joker.
Bro, the fucking part made me laugh with fucking Colin Farrell. I was like, yo, even Colin Farrell is fucking better at Spanish. Nigga, I was like, when he's like, it's not L, it's La. La Rata. I
La.
was like, that shit, I mess up that shit all the time. The L and La, I mess up that shit constantly.
That's a low bar.
Don't you know Spanish? Cuando lo
It's a
dijo,
low-
I was like,
it's a-
eso fue
it's
lo
a
único
low
que me hizo
bar.
reír.
Your Spanish is a low bar for Spanish, though.
Shut the fuck up.
Beautiful.
Oh, I hear you talking. Asshole. So, all right. So as the movie was, I think it's anonymous here that we all really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I will have to see it again.
We're not gonna talk about the Penguin.
I wanted to ask you guys about the actual Bruce Wayne, and I wanted to say that I remember when we were still doing the trailer reaction, and we was watching the movie, and we was asking who's gonna bring their A game. I was talking mad shit about fucking Zoe Kravitz, and I think Zoe Kravitz did fucking. I remember I was talking mad shit. I like fuck about Zoe Kravitz. I thought she did good as fuck as Catwoman, yo. I thought she did really fucking good. I wasn't expecting like the movies that I've seen Zoe Kravitz,
I've never been attracted to Zoe Kravitz until I saw this movie. I'm not even gonna
I've seen a lot of things with Zoe Kravitz. I think the thing that I liked her the most in was this show on Hulu called High Fidelity.
Yeah.
But even at the show, I didn't really like, it wasn't an acting prowess. She did good as fuck in this movie, yo. I really liked her Catwoman in this movie.
She was pretty good in Amazing Beast or whatever, the Harry Potter movie.
I don't even remember.
She's in that movie. Amazing.
Isn't she like the?
She's in the
second
thing?
one. What's that? I forgot what's the thing.
Nahini? No, she's not the snake.
No, not the snake. That
Friends
is.
of Grindelwald?
No, it's what Ezra Miller is. Like he's something that he's supposed to die at a young age.
Un Obscurus.
Not Obscurus.
She's not an Obscurus, no.
No, she plays this guy's brother's girlfriend, but he met her first.
Fiance.
Yeah.
Okay,
fiance,
voy a
but he
preguntarle
met her.
algo, Alex. Did you ever see the Lego Batman movie?
I saw a little bit of it. I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
Okay.
Blasphemer.
Miguel, do you like the Lego Batman movie?
I like it a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of it though. Will Arnett's comedy can be a little bit like hit and miss sometimes.
Okay. Did you like the Catwoman in the movie?
No.
Then fuck you, because that was Zoe Kravitz, and I guess you didn't like her.
Really? Well, I mean, I like her. I like her in human form more than Lego form.
Well,
De ahí fue que la cogieron de
There's a
Lego.
little bit more.
Exacto,
They're a little bit.
de
She's a
Lego.
little bit more appealing to the eye.
No, I'm sorry. They probably saw that performance of meow meow meow, and they were like, "Yes,
Por eso, porque
next
eso era lo que ella
Catwoman,
decía.
go."
Miau, miau, miau.
Exacto. They were
I
like,
don't
"Yes,
remember that
this is
shit.
the next Catwoman right here, right now." Está ahí.
So,
Wow.
so did you guys like her story in the movie? I fuck with her story hard, bro. Like that
Yes.
story.
You
is
fuck
very
with her
good.
story?
Yes, I fuck with her story. Bro.
Horribly
That-
depressing.
I put it on. I put it on in the background when I get into sexual activities.
Bro, that twist, I was digging that twist. And from the beginning, before when they announced John Turturro, I said, yo, I like John Turturro. I thought John Turturro did badass in this fucking movie, yo.
Yo me quedé como que ahora todas las jevas de Batman van a ser hijas de un villano de él. Es como que eso fue lo único que yo dije, como que
So, like,
esta otra.
I thought that was a cool twist. The whole thing
It was
with
a cool
her mother
twist.
getting strangled up and shit. I thought that was really dope. I
I
feel like it gave her a stake in the fight.
In my head, the reason why he becomes a pimp and a lowlife is because they burnt down his father's pizzeria. Like that's my head canon, bro.
Sure.
Orengo got the reference. Lex
I
did
know.
it.
I did.
Need to revoke his black card.
I knew.
You know where that's from? Lex?
What?
You know where that's from?
Nah, son.
Do the right thing,
I'm thinking
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, yeah, but I don't remember that. I know it's some Spike Lee shit, but I don't remember that part, yo.
But
Yo,
mira,
my fucking light just died on me. Yo, there's somebody in
I
here.
like
What the fuck?
Nigga, you talking about that darkness, bro. You go, nigga. That's what happened, son.
You gotta be careful, bro.
I
De
was
la
gonna be
oscuridad
looking
puede
behind
salir
me. I was like,
Batman.
there ain't no fucking authors behind me, are there? All right. Go ahead.
I like
You thought I wasn't gonna come for you, bro? God, you bro.
Go ahead, Orengo. Stop interrupting Orengo. Go ahead.
I like the twist. I already had a feeling que it was gonna go down. No sé si es porque yo leí un cómic where that was one of the interpretations de Catwoman. Pero ya cuando empecé a ver las interacciones con él, desde la primera interacción yo estaba como que esa es la hija. I just want to figure out how this factors into the narrative and how they weave it in, this whole idea de que quiere coger venganza con el pai, porque el pai básicamente la jodió. She basically became essentially an orphan as well, which is cool porque it thematically fits con todo lo que está pasando. Como los sins of fathers and mothers como que come back to haunt the sons, and como
Yo,
todos ellos están ready para el change, excepto the Riddler, which is really ready for the change.
everybody's
Even
fucking
todos
orphans in this movie, yo.
Exacto.
Riddler,
Todo el mundo
Riddler
huérfano, mano.
This
Riddler
fucking
got
movie
the
is
pass.
Oliver Twist on crack, yo.
Riddler got the pass because he was like, "Ha! I'm not a product of my father and mother because I never met them."
Exacto. Que, by the way, yo creo que esto fue porque yo estaba hablando ya con someone already like told me a lot of the movie. They didn't spoil like specifics, pero a ustedes no les pasó, y maybe this is because ya yo estaba tainted porque me mencionaron algo de la película y mi mente corrió para otro lado. A friend of mine told me, no, que la película basically es Long Halloween mezclado con Hush and there's a sprinkle of Joker. Y yo me quedé en mi cabeza, oh, okay, so there's a sprinkle of Joker. My head went que cuando pasa la interrogation scene, and I don't know if this happened for you, did you guys think que el reveal del Riddler era que él era hermano de Bruce?
Yes.
Ya, como que sí.
Well, no, because of something I know, but it did feel like for one moment that I was going to the movie, I was like, are they building up towards this? But this doesn't make sense to me because I read something already. Like,
Era
Ok.
por el
why?
placement de la foto que ellos ponían anterior. Ellos te ponían casi siempre a Riddler como a la derecha de la escena del papá haciendo la inauguración y parecía que él estaba como que ahí. Y yo decía
Ajá.
como que, ¿is this motherfucker a Wayne? Como que, entonces como
Ajá.
estaban jugando con lo de los pins, que te enseñan una parte que él le dice como que, you're not a Wayne, your father gave me, o sea, como que me dio esto. Y yo como que, oh shit, aquí hay
Le
como que
puedo,
unos Wayne fuera de lugar.
le puedo decir algo, and I
Okay.
don't mean to rub it in again, Nick. Don't get pissed off.
Okay.
When you read the book, the scene, the scene where they take the scene where they take that picture, the book explains that Bruce feels like everybody isn't looking at him except one kid.
Okay,
It's the
so
kid
that's
with the
the
glasses.
explanation.
It's the,
Okay.
yeah, and that's
Okay.
where that picture comes from.
Okay,
Everybody
okay.
looks like they're looking at somewhere, and the only person that looks like they're looking at Bruce is Edward Nashton.
Yo, Orengo,
Mhm.
when you went to see the movie, what was that shit that they gave you? Was that a comic book?
Sí, pues como fui al fan event, they gave
Mhm.
me a comic book que creo que es un sample, no creo que es el cómic entero. It's basically, it's funny because when I grabbed it, I looked at it, it's like, oh, cool. They're giving me the plot of the movie, which is very true. They gave me the long Halloween one shot, the number one, algo así se llama. Es un one shot que salió el año pasado, que es complementario a la historia de Tim Sale y Jeff Loeb de los 80 cuando hicieron The Actual Long Halloween. Creo que el one shot que salió el año pasado es una precuela. Yo la compré, pero no la he leído. Y yo creo que lo que te entregan es either un sample de eso o the whole comic. Para mí que es un sample. Either way, cuando yo vi eso, yo dije, why are you giving everyone literally the plot of your movie? Porque ya yo sabía de entrada que this was going to be the Long Halloween. I just didn't know how much they were going to take from it. And they took a lot from it. So yo como que, pero why are you guys giving everyone that? No sé si fue pura coincidencia. No sé si fue adrede para maybe la gente que se quedó perdido, pues they have the comic para que quizás entender where the inspiration came from. I don't know. Pero ya, fue simplemente un regalo para la gente que fue el fan screener.
So, what did everybody think about Penguin?
I was just about to get into that.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. So in the trailer, I thought he was going to play a bigger role. I thought he was going to be a more menacing factor because the trailers to me kind of I thought like he was going to literally be trying to take out Batman left and right, and he didn't feel like that in the. I still like his character in the movie, but I thought he was going to be more of a menace to Bruce than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And it didn't play out like that, but it was still good. It was still entertaining.
I was entertained by it, but that coupled, like before the movie came out, we already had news that he was gonna have his own spinoff. Well, the rumors was out that he was gonna have a spinoff. So I feel like what was done with him in the movie, you know, he started off. He's not necessarily a henchman, but he's not the top guy. And I feel like we're gonna see not only Bruce's rise to, you know, being the Dark Knight that we all know, but we're also gonna see fucking Oswald. We're gonna see him rise in, and it's not gonna be just a one movie thing. I think over time we're gonna see him rise to become. And I'm thinking that is that gonna be something that we're gonna see with a lot of these villains? Because even with the Riddler now, and like in ningún momento is he trying to take down the Batman. Like by the end of this movie is when he really is gonna grow into fuck that guy, fucking hate Batman. But during the movie, he feels
He's
like
his number one fan.
Yeah, he doesn't even feel like he's a fan. He's like, yo, it's me and him, yo, Starsky and Hutch. We're boys, yo. We're doing this shit together. We're taking down Gotham together.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's what they're gonna be doing with a lot of these villains within this universe. I think they're gonna do a lot of world building. And they're gonna be opening up these villains, and we're gonna be seeing kind of like what they wanted to do in Gotham, but seeing those journey of them becoming the villains that we know.
Okay, are you excited for those shows?
I'm excited for.
I'm excited. I'm excited for them, but I feel like you're gonna take a piss on them now.
I'm excited for Penguin. I'm Batgirl has nothing to do with this universe, but I really do want to see. I want to see how that's gonna go down.
Batgirl's a show.
No, it's gonna be a movie, pero para HBO Max.
It's a movie.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. But what has to do with this universe? The only thing that I've heard of is what the GCPD show and the
Arkham show.
The Arkham, which is it already like a fact, or is it just still a rumor?
I'm not completely sure, but
I
we'll
believe
know.
I believe the Penguin show is confirmed. The Arkham show, like that, literally just came out like in these
Yeah.
days, these couple of
Yes,
days.
That's
after.
why I feel like if followed by the tone of the movie. I feel like if they go down that route, this would be like a great opportunity to do what Miguel said.
Mhm.
Have fucking Hugo Strange be at Arkham within the series. And then they
Es que
never really have to have Robert Pattinson being in the fucking show. You know, like Boba. Leave Mando where the fuck is at. Leave Batman where the fuck he's at. But you can also include some of these villains. You can have Hugo Strange, like
Cabrón.
kind of like being this menacing figure that what he does on the show with the villains hopefully has some type of consequence within the universe of the movies, because I'm guessing that we're
Fuck,
gonna at least get a trilogy.
fuck all that noise.
What you
Give me
want?
GPCD and make it like True Detective.
Okay.
Make it gritty and dark as fuck, where it borderlines like almost supernatural type shit, but it's still grounded the whole way. Give me that fucking show, yo. Rated R.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
Rated fucking
know.
R.
I would love to see that, but I don't know like how I feel
Mhm.
mixing the supernatural with this universe. I
But that's the
really
point.
dig
That's the
how
point,
it
though.
is.
That's the point, though. And the way that True Detective plays out is that at least the first two seasons. I'm not too sure about the third.
I didn't
Is
see the
it,
third.
it doesn't go into supernatural. It feels like that, but it's still grounded by the end of the show.
Yeah. But then yeah, like that. I don't want to see like I don't want to see Constantine make an appearance over here. I don't see no demons. I don't see no fucking Lazarus pit. I want to keep this shit like in the tone. I really dug the fucking tone of the fucking.
Es que yo siento que eso no se va a mezclar con este universo. Yo siento que este es como que yéndose más detective completamente. Y siento que ese es el appeal que esto se va a quedar. I could be completely wrong y puede que en la segunda de repente salga un fucking alien o un fucking demonio o una mierda
really
y cambie
hope
todo para el
not.
carajo.
No, I really hope not. Like I really want to see this Batman.
Pero
Like
es que el problema es que, mano, DC no se queda en una línea directa, ese es el problema. Like, lamentándolo, ese es el problema.
They're starting a new.
That's what I'm saying. They've starting this way. I hope they rear the shit and fix, because I mean, it's obvious. All the fans around the whole fucking world, they're always saying the same thing. DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They need to plan a little more. They're all over the fucking place.
They don't all say that, but all right, go ahead.
A lot of fans say that. I feel like this is a great opportunity to start rearing the ship and be like, okay, we're gonna have this universe where we have Shazam, we have Flash, we have Michael Keaton. We could go off the rails with this, but let's try to keep it tonally the same within that universe. It's kind of fun. It doesn't have to be dark. Aquaman is not fucking dark. You already taken Batman out and putting Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton, I think, is gonna mesh well with Ezra Miller, because I feel like they're on opposite sides. It's gonna be very serious. Like Ezra Miller, he's basically the fucking Spider-Man of the DCEU. I feel like that's gonna be really cool. Contain it, steer that shit going that way. When it comes to this, just keep it fucking dark, keep it contained. Don't open the world too much to fucking Oliver Queen. I don't want to see Oliver Queen. I don't want to see Hal Jordan. I don't want to see none of them. Keep it in with the Batverse and just steer it into where they at now. I feel like it was done very well. I feel like I want to see like, okay, I want to see fucking Patterson fight, but I don't need to see John Wick choreography. I like the car chase. I thought the fights that they had was really cool, but I really enjoyed the intellectual battle. Like he was trying to like figure out the riddles, figure out the clues, find out where the serial killer is. I really enjoyed that aspect of this Batman, which I feel like I haven't gotten with other Batmans.
Why were you asking about the show, Orengo?
Because hot take, I think they shouldn't do any of those stupid shows.
This is the problem. This is why we can't have this guy on here, bro.
No,
This is why
it's
when they told me about the shows, I was like, oh shit, you're gonna give me fucking like The Sopranos, but with the Penguin. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen, and that's why I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this stupid Gotham City show. I don't want a Penguin show. I don't even want the Dune show that they want to do. I hope they get stalled forever and they never make them. They forget about them and they make them as an afterthought, because that's exactly what this all feels like. It feels like they saw the 3-hour cut of this movie and the producers were like, well, we gotta milk the shit out of this, and they're gonna milk it in the wrong way. So yo estoy of the mind de que that Gotham PD shit, do it. And for people who want to see it, enjoy it, pero don't connect that shit to the movie. Just make it very disconnected. Que no tenga que ver un carajo, que esto es complementario, que tú veas un Penguin show si lo hace, y cuando venga Colin Farrell into an actual cinematic movie, something that's actually real, not this shitty show de HBO Max, where there's no connection to that shit and there's no reference to the stupid show that he's in, and he's just in a movie. No sé, todo eso me huele a popo.
Fuck that guy. Give me the fucking Piragüero miniseries.
Fuck that.
And let that shit ride until the tidal wave comes in and takes him out.
That's stupid shit. Stupid
Piragua.
crap, heinous crap.
What the hell was that?
I don't want none of that.
Like, did you give a pitch to the Piragua?
Yep.
Piragua.
Let me ask you something though, Orengo.
Yeah.
I think honestly, DC is onto something here.
No.
I think not with the shows. Not with the shows. Listen to me.
Okay.
I think DC. I think they should literally stick to making solo stories that aren't connected to anything.
No, I think they should stick to exactly what they're doing now, which is doing everything.
No, I think like, to me personally, the stories that most stand out, the movies I most like for them, are stories that don't feel like they're connected to any other world. I think that's where they fucking shine.
Es como cuando Man of Steel no estaba conectado con nada y de repente la dañaron con la 2.
But it was always supposed to happen. They were always supposed to make
Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman.
Sí, pero
es que Man of Steel.
I thought you didn't like Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel.
I thought you said you left Man of Steel crying, like, oh, it's not my Superman. Like,
bro, era una nueva adaptación del Superman. Like, I am conscious of that, pero it was a good Superman movie. No puedo quitarlo. Es como que I'm not gonna get what I want, pero no puedo decir que, o sea, porque no me complacieron a mí, la cosa no sea buena.
Okay.
Like the Superman that I grew. ¿El cuál?
Yeah, that movie, I remember we went to see it. I enjoyed Man of Steel. There was things that happened in the movie that I didn't agree with, that I thought was stupid. But as a whole, like, I really fucking enjoyed Man of Steel. I really enjoyed that interpretation.
I like the feeling.
Eso, pero cuando ya al lado pusieron a Batman, a Wonder Woman y a Doomsday, pues ya ahí fue cuando yo dije, fuck this shit.
I'm a sucker for that scene with the you thought you could fuck with my mom, and that shit always hits me.
Oh, that scene is beautiful. Don't you dare touch my mother.
Oh my god.
With Man of Steel, if you think of like all comic book movies, and you think like individual scenes, for me, you know, it can be cheesy. It is what it is. But for me, that scene when he first starts flying, that shit is magical to me, yo. I was eating that shit up in the fucking movie theater. Visually, the soundtrack, everything about that scene, I was like, that shit was mesmerizing. And for me, that kind of felt like I felt like when DC movies came out, there was movies that were good, but I feel like there weren't specific scenes to me that I held on to. That I was like,
The Dark Knight called. I want to take the whole movie.
Yeah, I was like, every time he makes a blanket statement like that, he it doesn't grain into his fucking head that the Dark Knight, the trilogy, is part of the DC.
The DCEU. I'm talking about from Man of Steel forward.
Damn it.
From Man of Steel forward, when it comes to the DCEU, I feel like there's nothing. I don't feel like the Nolan trilogy meshes with the DCEU. It's a DC film, okay, but
a different director, hole.
But I mean, Christopher Nolan has something to do with Man of Steel. He produced it, but I'm saying I feel like I don't think, and even this movie, the Batman is really good. Is really fucking good as a trilogy, as a complete story with Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. I don't think they're gonna touch that again. The quality of how great those three movies together is.
But okay, hear me out though. When Batman Begins came out, you didn't feel that way until Dark Knight came out.
Eso es verdad. Hasta la segunda.
You didn't feel that way. So this is a start. Like the next one, this movie's still really fucking good to me. Like I still like Batman Begins a little bit more because
si fuera un starting point, es un starting point buenísimo.
Es un tremendo fucking solid
I
starting point.
said
Like,
at the beginning of this podcast, I said I think that this movie specifically is one of the best first parts of a superhero movie. But if I take all three of the, I just feel like those three movies together for me specifically.
but
I
Peckerhead,
don't
you just
feel it.
said all three. So
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think
you can't judge 3 versus 1.
I know, but I'm doing my fucking predictions. I'm just saying I don't feel like nothing is gonna touch that movie.
Nah,
When it comes to
think,
Marvel, when it comes to
I-
DC, for me specifically, I don't think
I
anything's
think-
gonna touch those movies.
I think there's like the seeds they planted. If they fucking like, if they
Commit.
maneuver it well, they can totally do something different. And like, we literally might be like, whoa, this beat the Nolan trilogy, like straight up.
I feel like it's too early to tell. Yeah.
I feel like they set up a, yeah. To me, I think the number one error would be if the next movie is way more lighthearted than this movie is. That's when I would just be like, all right,
I
fuck
just
this
don't.
shit.
I don't see how. I mean, they make the mistakes that they make. I just don't see how they would let that happen. I feel like they were given a golden duck here. And can they shit the bed? Yeah, they can shit the bed. But I don't see how like you would want or need to change this specific story when you already have a different Batman over there. That you could just change it, do what the other fuck you
But
want.
you heard the writer in the room. The writer in the room is already telling you friendship. Friendship is the theme of the next movie.
That doesn't mean that. That
Fuera-
doesn't mean
fuera
that it
de
has
chi-
to.
Batman is gonna open
Fuera
a
de
portal,
chiste.
and a Care Bear is gonna come in through the fucking portal.
Fuera de chiste, la 2 va a ser, ustedes se están riendo en el 2022, pero cuando esto salga y vean que la temática es friendship, vamos a volver a tener like esta
Cabrón, and
conversación.
you know the only thing that can thaw a frozen heart, right?
Yep.
Friendship.
Por eso.
Friendship.
Well,
And you know the
there's-
rumors about Mr. Freeze, yo.
there's already tones of fucking friendship in this movie. I don't see how you would.
No,
like,
pero lo que pasa es que el Riddler falló porque no tenía un amigo. Y entonces los villanos van a venir en equipo. Los villanos van a tener amistad. El follower que le faltaba al Riddler es el fucking Joker. Y él va a ser más poderoso en esta película porque he's following someone. He has a friend. Y usaron la línea de a friend al final. So it's friendship. Y Batman no va a tener a Selina Kyle y va a tener que hacer un amigo nuevo. ¿Y quién va a ser el amigo? Yo tengo dos teorías. O el nene cabrón huérfano que al principio tenía una fucking espada y se vuelve el primer
They focus so much on that fucking kid in that movie. I was like,
I'm telling you right now, one of my favorite superheroes is fucking Nightwing, Dick Grayson. I don't want to see a Robin in this universe. After seeing this movie, I don't want to see a Robin in this
Pero
movie.
que Bloodhaven existe ahora.
I heard with the Bloodhaven, when they said that shit, I was like,
maybe the kid is Batmite.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yo siento que este nene va a ser Red Robin. Como no hemos, yo creo que
You're
Red
just
Robin no lo hemos
hungry.
visto.
You're just hungry. Don't worry about that.
it's a Red Robin. I really
Pero
I enjoyed this movie
hay
so
una
much.
línea en la película que no sé si es que las dos ocasiones me bajó el azúcar o algo y como que me descuidé las dos veces que la vi, pero cuando ellos están hablando al final en la película, que están hablando sobre el damage, que no te dan el conteo, pero te dicen en el noticiero que a mask person or a hero sacó a la gente por unos drenajes, pero I was like thinking, ¿eso es una referencia a Batman como que sacando a la gente del drenaje o era otra persona que se inspiró por Batman? Como que no sé si entiende lo que...
It was the Ninja Turtles, bro.
Bro, fuck you.
It was Nick's Uncle Manny. This is how he left the fucking.
Right here, son. Take it up. But for real, like, I don't like. I like the idea before I seen this movie. I like the idea. Yo, maybe in the third one or some shit, we fucking put this little kid from fucking Euphoria. Bow, he could be Robin. Bow, Jason Todd, all this shit. After seeing this movie, I like it would be so weird to me.
Ashtray fits perfectly into this world.
That's true.
After seeing this movie, after seeing the realism of this movie, the tone of this movie, to see this motherfucker running around with a kid just feels so out of place.
Pero Lex tiene sentido por la temática.
By the way,
it feels so out of place. The way he
I
was.
got bad news for you. I got bad news for you. Before he becomes Batman, he's traveled the world and stayed in a whole bunch of different places and met a whole bunch of different people. It's in the book.
That's
I don't know what that means.
He can have a love child already. He doesn't even know it.
okay.
He
That
could.
could be a thing. Yeah.
It could be a thing, but when the fuck is he gonna have a fucking a Robin? If he has a love child, how old is he supposed to be now?
He's
they say?
like 20 something. He has to be 20 or 30.
And guess what? You came into this movie and he's 30, and you came into this movie without 2 years of reference. The next movie could be 4 years have gone by.
Yo digo
don't
que
see
I
it,
can
like-
see it happening porque we're starting from a place of where él está desconectado basically de la humanidad. Él está dealing con estos demons, and the slow transition will be que él termine con alguien que él pueda ser un father figure to, just like Alfred was a father figure too.
Stop
And
it.
I see that shit
What?
so out of place. Him seeing
Bro.
what he went through,
I lost
seeing
my
what
faith
he
in
still-
humanity. I lost my humanity until I had my son.
but
It could be
seeing
one of
what
those-
he went through,
those
yeah.
crazy
But
things.
would you put your son through that? Like I'm saying, like I like when he
But
saw that little.
Pero
kid-
Alfred did the same thing with Bruce.
And not only that,
But
not only
Alfred
that,
is kind
that's
of a piece
literally-
of shit, though.
Okay, but time out. That would make it even more faithful to the comics, because that's literally the fucking plight of Batman nowadays in the comics. Like,
Exacto.
why would you do that to a fucking child? You're literally
Exacto.
exposing him to the same trauma that's been done in the
Yeah, but-
comics. Oh, that's a perfect storyline. That's never been done. Never been
But in the
interpreted in that
comics,
manner.
it
And it's dark as fuck.
I mean, it works in the comics because the comics is already, you know, an extended out version of real life. They have Clayface, they have Man-Bat, they have shit that like in real life. I'm gonna see a fucking 13-year-old kid running through Gotham, beating up people
You're
and
gonna
not
see-
fucking dying.
No, what you're gonna see in real life is a fucking 30-year-old man dealing with the fucking with the heartache of he needs help. He needs to train somebody. He's also picked up this kid, and he doesn't want to put him through the same trauma that he's gone through or whatever. But sooner or later,
Like the way you seen, how you seen Batman catching ass whoop continuously. How you seen him almost get shot in the fucking face with a fucking shotgun. He got saved by fucking Catwoman. Like I don't see.
That shot in the face, fue en el chest, porque si hubiese sido en la cara, la película hubiese sacado diferente.
No, he was gonna get shot. Remember when he was hanging? He was hanging.
Sí,
the
pero
guy put the
fue en el
shotgun in the
chest.
face.
Fue en el chest, papi.
No,
O
I'm
sea,
saying he didn't shoot him. He was gonna get shot in the face.
didn't
and
he catch?
Catwoman saved
But
him.
he also caught a shot to the head.
He caught a shot to the chest.
head.
I remember he caught a shot to the chest.
And
that
a-
por la
and a
parte de
shot to
atrás.
the-
Llegaste
and a
al lado
shot
del
to the
frente.
head.
I don't know. But he was gonna get shot point blank in the face. I don't see how a 13-year-old survives in Gotham City as a crime fighter. This movie is too realistic. Like in real life, you can't see that. In real life, this is not fucking Kick-Ass. In real life, that kid is dying. You're walking in, you're getting fucked up. He was getting jumped by motherfuckers. For me, it would be so out of left field to take a 13-year-old fucking kid and have him beating all these grown ass men.
Maybe he's like a 13-year-old Slavic baby, bro. Those fucking Norwegian kids, they're like 7 feet at the age of fucking 12. Like
He's gonna have to be, yo, because that shit for me is gonna feel so weird. It's gonna
No,
make it
pero
feel
yo estoy-
fantastical having a kid
Oh my God.
fight these fucking grown
For the
men.
first time, I'm with Lex. Se sentiría como que out of place. En esta,
No.
por lo menos en la temática de esta película.
Bro,
Because of la temática de la película es que tiene sentido. That's the whole problem.
But that's the thing with the tone. Like, okay, I can see how an arc for him becoming the father figure works, but like in realism, having scenes with this kid in the underbelly of Gotham actually fighting people and
Pero,
beating people up,
espérate,
for me,
espérate.
it feels weird.
So maybe he won't get a young Robin. Maybe he'll get a fucking teenage Robin already. Maybe
That's what I'm saying. If
kid
it's-
that he has some mentor or some shit, but maybe he just hasn't been. Maybe he's that you said he wasn't black. I could have swore he was black. The kid from the
I think that kid is like Middle Eastern or something. The guy that
Okay,
played Tim Drake in Titans.
again, I haven't seen Titans because I have I have
Bueno,
better
también,
taste
a
than
lo
that.
mejor,
Pero-
a lo mejor el tipo que él le dio la prendida al principio, que tenía la mitad de la cara pintada de blanca y la
That's
otra
the
parte
one.
todavía no estaba
Exactly, that's the
pintada.
one, that's the one.
If we're thinking about a Robin the way they did like Chris O'Donnell, that he's not a fucking child, that he's kind of already older, maybe he has acrobatic training so he could like dodge motherfuckers. It's like that's
Pero ese
different.
cabrón puede. Oh,
But I
shit,
can't
he can
see a
actually be
child.
that guy. That motherfucker could be Thomas Duke, el otro Robin el nuevo. O sea que hay como tres Robin nuevos.
The problem with that is since
Too
he's
many
already
ideas.
playing Robin in a DC fucking show, I don't think they would use him again to
Exacto.
also have him play Robin.
Let me
pero
tell you
ese
about a
tipo
little
está
something
haciendo
called
el mismo.
multiverses.
Sí, pero no, multiverses here don't apply.
Yeah, it's not like Marvel. I don't think they'll have the same actor play two different fucking Robins within the
Sí.
same I don't think they'll do it.
No, yo no creo tampoco.
Pero no sabía que él era actor en otra cosa, era.
Sí,
Yeah,
él es literalmente Tim
plays
Drake.
fucking Robin.
Con lo desorganizado que está DC, maybe they don't even remember either.
That's fair.
I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird that they had him in this fucking movie.
Because the movie came
este
first.
tipo se ve brutal.
Because the way they did it really felt like if anything, he didn't save his life, but when the guy tried to shoot him, he hit the gun. So he kind of saved Batman from getting shot. And then at the end, he's the last one to go. So I was like, oh, this motherfucker's going to get inspired. This motherfucker's going to try to help him or something. But I don't see it happen.
I got a feeling the way this movie ended that it's literally going to be like, I told Nick, I thought it's going to be like No Man's Land. That's what I thought it was going to be like.
This is No Man's Land.
It's gonna be literally like, yo, it's super duper. If it was lawless before, it's gonna be the Wild West now.
Sí.
You know what I mean?
Esto es No Man's Land. Esto es lo que quería hacer Nolan, pero no le dio break para hacerlo.
The way he said it's fucking martial law right now.
Pasan unos cuantos años y ahí es donde Bruce brilla y ayuda a la ciudad a recuperarse. Y ahí tienes otra narrativa completamente diferente y tienes otro. Así tú lo puedes volver más friendship material.
Prepárense, cabrones, because you're going to see the bat boat.
Oh, yes. Y el shark repellent. Yes.
Yo quiero ambas.
The power the bat jet ski.
Ya tuvimos la baticocaína, que eso es lo que se metió. Nosotros estamos pensando que es el Bane supplement, pero eso es baticocaína, lo que se metió al final.
Love it.
Bro, honestly, like that was too much of a fucking. That was way too much of a callback to be nothing for them to. If they don't reference that at all in any of the movies, it's gonna be like that was really sus.
Yeah.
All right, so
Orengo's goes like, no, it's simply adrenaline. I told you guys. You guys fucking read too much into shit.
I mean, it's interesting, the whole adrenaline thing. Maybe it's a setup to something because the way it was shot and the way it was edited felt like it had importance to it. So,
right? Like, why would you put it at the end of the movie?
No. Pero es que the way it was shot, porque era como que le está muriéndose, se lo inyecta, the sound design changes, the camera angle shifts. Como que tiene unos ángulos, como que tiene un POV shot extraño de él como que levantándose from a stupor. Era bien raro. Yo como que lo vi como que fue un second wind, me estoy volviendo loquito para simplemente no fucking morirme ahí de un heart attack, basically. Pero se sintió very specific para que no signifique nada en lo absoluto.
Pero es que tú tienes unos paneles atrás en la escena, es lo que estaba diciendo, el color verde no está presente en la película y de repente al final tienes unos fucking hilos guindando del techo y los tienes justamente atrás de él, como dando al fucking aluring a las venas estas que usa Bane. Es como que too much of a coincidence. ¿El qué?
They have 2 greens and 2 reds in the background.
Por eso.
Yeah.
Los ojitos rojos de Bane y los dos tubos. Sí, es que lo encontré super mega specific. Puede ser un mega easter egg y ya,
sí,
y como
exacto.
que puf, ya. Es como que, pero it was very specific.
I hope it's not just a stupid easter egg. Si van a hacer algo con eso, then commit. You know what I mean? Ya yo tuve enough easter egg with the Joker thing, so.
I hate that fucking scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Nadie en el sitio de interrogación en el sitio del Riddler, crime scene, nadie vio como que who is Batman y la fucking foto de Thomas de fucking Bruce Wayne ahí. Era como que ninguno dijo, wait a second.
Cabrón. Like Batman looked when they showed that part and then it was dawning on him. He looked like the little gif of the black kid looking at everybody like.
Exacto.
Y recibió la llamada Commissioner Gordon. Estaba como que, como que esperando.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about? Right? He looked at him. I was like, oh, secret's out.
Yo pensé que iba a ser como llamadita para Bruce Wayne or some shit like that, y que cuando él fuera iba por las noticias como que, you know why I failed to kill Bruce Wayne? Because he is fucking Bruce Wayne. Y era como que, se tiraron lo mismo que Iron Man. Todo el mundo sabe la identidad.
You saw this twice, so you can tell us better. The Riddler, did he actually know que Bruce Wayne, or is it that he thinks, como que he got confused?
¿Cómo es? Perdón, repito otra vez.
So, cuando está en el interrogation, mi interpretación siempre fue que Paul Dano knows que él es Bruce Wayne.
Sí, yo estoy completamente de acuerdo que él sabe que es Bruce Wayne. No quisieron como que decirlo 100% directo, pero tú pones todas las cosas que están en las casas y pones el placing de todos los retratos y es como que él está jugando hasta con fucking Batman, como que yo sé quién tú eres, como que I know your identity y esto es entre tú y yo.
Exacto.
No era parte del juego porque ahí es donde cae la narrativa de que él piensa que se están ayudando uno al otro.
Exacto,
Es como
por
que,
eso mismo. Y cuando él le dijo que no, it broke him y ya no le importaba la identidad. Porque
exacto.
my thinking es que cuando lo vi, yo estaba viendo que él seguía mirando a la cámara cada vez que el tipo siga diciendo Bruce Wayne. Y decía, okay,
Ajá.
so the movie's telling me that he knows already. He figured it out somewhere along the line, and he probably figured it out cuando no pudo matarlo con la bomba. Because he wasn't there, because he was probably doing other shit. Y ahí, pues, obviamente, any idiot with 2 brain cells would have been like, well, I didn't kill the guy I wanted to kill, and this guy keeps showing up to fuck up my shit. There must be a connection here. So,
Exacto.
Ok, está bien. Era la única duda que yo tenía, porque de verdad, como que yo vi la escena y mi interpretación fue esa, pero then I think either Lex or Miguel told me that they didn't think that, so...
I thought that he knew,
eso.
but I thought at one point when they got off of it, I was like, okay, maybe he didn't know.
Exacto.
I thought at the beginning of that scene,
Yeah,
I
gripped my chest.
Bruce, I was like, oh shit, he fucking knows.
Yeah, I gripped my chest.
As the scene went on, it made me think, oh no, okay, he doesn't know who it is, because I thought
he says something in the thing that's like, that's why you and me have to get him or something like that.
Yeah,
and I was like,
he said he was the only one that we couldn't get.
Yeah, exactly, something
like that. So as it was going, when Batman tells him, yo, we're not fucking friends, B. Like, I'm fucking Ryan Reynolds, you're a fucking psychopath, y'all here writing books. We're 2 different fucking people, bro. You need to chill with that shit.
I thought
when he bugged out and when he started flipping, I thought in a good moment he was gonna, like, you know, just get close to the fucking glass and just like a hint of something, and like just even whisper it.
You thought he was gonna put his nipples on the glass?
He was like, I thought you were smarter than me. Oh, put the nipple. He was like, I thought you. I gave you too much credit. I thought you were smarter, and then just right there, just be like, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. But it wasn't cemented. So for me, it's still up in the air because that's such a huge thing to have somebody know his identity, because that changed the whole ball game for Batman then.
Yeah.
If somebody knows who he is, that's gonna change everything. So I felt like if that would have been the case, then it would have not been something that we would have wondered. I wonder, maybe not. No, it would have been like, he fucking knows. Yeah. That's how I felt.
Okay.
It's very weird, and I'm wondering what they do with the next one. Like, I would like to see more Paul Dano. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you. I watching this movie and having the conversation, watching the conversation of Bruce and Selena at the end, when she's like, "Come with me," and then the bat signal comes out and she says, "You're already spoken for."
El bat signal viene de día, papi. Esta era más poderosa. Esta era powered by lumens del carajo porque lo iluminó de día.
Yep.
When she says like, you're already taken and shit by the city, I don't know why, but for me, I got the feeling, like, I started thinking, I'm wondering if they do get to a trilogy and all of them is directed by Matt Reeves, I'm wondering if he is gonna take it a step further than what Nolan did and actually kill this motherfucker off, saving the city.
You mean kill Batman?
Kill Batman.
Okay. So lo que nunca hizo Nolan, básicamente.
What? Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. I'm wondering, because
estaría cabrón, pero a mí lo que me molesta es que todos estos héroes están protegidos, mano. Tienen un plot armor de la puñeta. Es como que este cabrón le explotó una bomba, y lo único que fue que se noqueó. Es como que, cabrón, te explotó una bomba en la cara. Por lo menos tengo una cicatriz, algo. Pero es como que
he should look half of his face should look normal and the other half should look like the villain from Silence of the Lambs.
Yep.
From no, not Silence of the Lambs. What's the other one? Fucking damn it, I forget it. The guy that's like,
dude, his face should look like Freddy Krueger. Okay,
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman,
yeah. Nigga, just burnt right here.
Yeah,
all this shit pretty as fuck. It just burnt right here.
All burnt. Yep.
Por eso me molestó lo de la bomba. Fue lo único que yo digo, como que hubiesen tomado otra estrategia o algo, porque es que la bomba, estaba en la cara, mano. O sea, it was too much.
Yeah.
Cabrón, let me tell you how the shades of Jigsaw, when Paul Dano was fucking little traps. I was like, holy shit, yo. I was really digging that. I was really
Yeah.
digging that a lot.
Es que tú no viste que en el chat lo primero que le dice a alguien de los 507 followers, you should see Saw. O sea,
Sí,
y se la recomendaron.
Really? I didn't see it.
I didn't see
No,
that.
no, I didn't say
He's a
so. Ahí
fucking
estaba
liar.
I was
eso.
like, you fucking lying.
Not
sack
to
of
mention
shit.
it's fucking Lionsgate. They don't even own the rights to that fucking.
Well,
They
like-
could probably buy the rights if they needed to, though.
Yeah.
Bueno, yo lo único que quiero mencionar es si a ustedes les gustó el performance de Riddler, you're in luck because Paul Dano is a phenomenal actor. He started in great films like There Will Be Blood, Little Miss Sunshine, Prisoners, and Swiss Army Man. And if you were wondering if this man is a great director, well, you're extra in luck. He directed a little film called Wildlife, que protagoniza Jake Gyllenhaal y ¿cómo
It
era
might be
la
the
otra
first fucking person I've ever heard him call Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal. Right? I was like, Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
That's extra fucking fancy, bro.
Jake Gyllenhaal y
He started with his
y
pinky
Carrie, y
Jake
Carrie
Gyllenhaal.
Mulligan. Carrie
Gyllenhaal.
Mulligan. Great little indie movie. Me demuestra que el cabrón es un excelente director. I know no one's seen the stupid movie, but I hope people see it. Después de haber visto The Riddler, I was just praying como que esta película fuera buena, solamente para yo poder gush about Paul Dano, because todo el mundo habla de Robert Pattinson, pero ya Robert Pattinson está defendido, pero no mucha gente habla de Paul Dano, so I feel like
Pero
we
tú
should.
no-
Robert
No,
Pattinson
no,
has
una
been in
película.
award-winning movies like Harry Potter.
Pero at the
Okay,
very least,
and
pero es una
a
cosa.
Spanish indie film called Crepúsculo.
Tú sabes que el chiste es que he was in an actual, I'm pretty sure he was in an actual Spanish movie in Little Ashes, porque él fue Salvador Dalí, si no me equivoco.
Salvador Dali, yeah.
Exacto.
I
No, he was
Yeah.
actually Salvador Dalí, that's the fucking joke. Pero la cosa es que everyone
He
at
was
least
also
knows que
Quijote, right?
no, él no creo que fue no creo
No.
que fue Quijote, creo que fue Salvador Dalí.
He was Dali.
The thing is, at least people still know who Robert Pattinson is. Esta es la primera vez que a lot of people will figure out for the first time que quién es Paul Dano, ¿me entiendes? So, now I wanted to like mention a couple of cool
Paul
movies that he had.
Dano got range. Because I remember,
Yeah.
I remember the very
Pero
first
medio
time.
pena que no lo mencionaste, The Girl Next Door.
Don't tell me.
That's what I was gonna say. I
Dig it,
remember the
dig it,
very
stop.
first time I
I
seen
get it,
Paul
but no.
Dano.
I'll do
is in
you
that
one
movie.
better. I'll do you one better. I thought this fucking guy was gonna be like, yo, Cowboy versus Aliens. I was gonna be like, yo, take
Damn
him the
it.
fuck out of here,
No,
bro.
I was gonna say I remember the first time I seen it was in The Girl Next Door. I think the last
Yeah.
time I seen a Paul Dano movie is an old movie. It was with Robert De Niro. I think it was something Dean Flynn or some shit. He has a
Bro,
movie.
you dragged me to
Oh,
see. You dragged me to
yeah.
see Cowboys and Aliens, and you fucking liked that movie, and I wanted to punch you in your fucking. face.
No,
You were like,
talking about me?
this movie's decent. Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I said. That's what I said. The movie
I was like,
decent.
and I was like, this movie is dog shit. I fell asleep. Let's get the fuck out
I
of here.
said it was decent. I didn't say it was the greatest thing, bitch. I said it was decent. It was all right.
Mhm.
Pero
The
nunca
movie
vieron la dos, Pirates versus Mummies.
Oh God. I'm happy it never came to be.
Very
Jesus
Jurassic
Christ.
Park versus Transformers coming at you. Watch.
It will happen.
Orengo,
so-
Orengo,
It will
one
happen.
last question. One last question for you, and I'm not pigeonholing you or anything.
Okay.
I just feel like you're outnumbered in this group. But
Okay, great.
if this movie establishes a trilogy, do you think you would just let the Snyder trilogy go then?
I'm of the mind de que yo quiero verlo todo. That's the thing. I
No. I'm
I
of the
don't
mind
feel
that
like
you gotta
any-
fucking.
That's
I'm
a-
of the mind that
that's
you
a-
gotta choose.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie because Orengo no quiere ver todo. Because Orengo already said, don't be fucking doing no shows.
no,
Don't
okay.
fucking do no PCPD and don't do no fucking penguin. You already said that you don't want to see everything. Fucking
No,
liar.
porque I feel that that's gonna ruin the movie. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna ruin the world. Porque al tener gente que no es Matt Reeves haciéndolo o es gente random que está cogiendo este mundo y just running with it crazy, no me gusta esa idea. I'm of the mind que the DCU or whatever Warner Bros. Is doing, I like what they're doing exactly right now. Que they're doing original shit en el sentido de que están disconnected del universo de ellos, and shit that's still semi-connected to the universe. I like both. I'm fine with both. Porque en este punto, si podemos estar en este año, nuestro año del Señor 2022, and we can have 3 fucking Batmen in 1 year and people not be confused, you can literally do anything right now. You can have 5 Supermen running around. You can have 2 Wonder Womans. Have it all. Why the fuck not? Like, así todo el mundo picks and choose whatever the hell they want to see. And everyone's happy. Like, dale a Zack Snyder una mini fucking serie de 100
Just
millones
so-
en vez de whatever. Dale una trilogía de Matt Reeves. Dale un spin-off a Catwoman. Just give everything to everybody.
Just
Why
so
not?
just so I could be the guy that drinks Orengo's tears, I hope they give this. I hope they give the Penguin series to either James Gunn or Ridley Scott.
I'd rather have Ridley Scott if you're gonna make me choose.
Just all right, then I hope they give it to James Gunn.
Trash.
I hope there's a 3D. I hope the Penguin fights a big ass 3D monster at the end. That's about it. Here.
Lo que pasa con esa serie es que el pingüino he's gonna be waddling for real. He's gonna have fucking umbrellas. That's what you're gonna.
No, bro.
He had a waddle already in there.
I know he
had
did
a
the
waddle.
waddle. I got it. It was cute, pero
They bringing it back, baby. It's a fucking Batman Returns. He's gonna come up in that big ass yellow ducky car and just be all over the fucking city.
Nobody called him the Penguin, right?
Only Batman.
only Batman.
Batman called him
Pero
the Penguin.
ustedes saben que él tuvo una sombrilla, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Ustedes están
he had a
conscientes que en el funeral él sacó la sombrilla para llevar a los Falconi.
sure.
Y la
I don't know.
risita,
I don't hear
la
it.
risita. You heard his laugh? You heard his laugh in like 5 seconds. He was like,
No, pero for real, he used an umbrella. Obviamente no es la que dispara, pero he used an umbrella.
I
And
know
in
he had
one
a
part,
cane.
and
I
in
seen
one
he had a
part he
cane.
said,
I didn't see
in
that
one
part.
part he said, "What do you think I look like, Danny DeVito to you?" And then he fucking kissed
Fucking
off.
liars.
He might as well have said that. Take it easy.
Hey, what's wrong with this fucking guy? Eh? Oh fuck!
All right. So fucking ending fucking statements fucking with Batman. I think we can all
Wrap it up so we can get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
I think we can all agree that this movie is a really great film. I didn't think it was a good one. I thought it was really fucking good. Is everybody on the same fucking thread?
I don't think it's flawless, but I think it's hella fucking good.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I think it's really
I think
good.
it's hella fucking good.
Yo estoy más o menos como Miguel.
Yeah.
It's legitimately it's okay, se siente bien, no es como que la misma fórmula de
Vete pa'l carajo.
Legitly, it's okay.
Legitly,
It's
it's
like-
okay. 8 out of 10.
It's like fucking a porn star with a condom on. It's all right. It's like
It's fine. 6 out of
It's
10. Let's
fine.
move on.
It's
Even though I said
No,
8
no.
out of 10 twice.
sir, but you know we're restricted
Exactly.
here.
I give it an 8, and I seen it twice, but it's okay.
It's okay. Sure.
Fucking lying sack of shit, yo. And you know what they're gonna say? It's good. It's not Euphoria, but it's good.
Exacto. Euphoria is
That's what they're
obviously a masterclass.
Exactly.
Sí,
Obviously,
yeah,
Euphoria
yeah.
is fucking tenfold better than this, but it's
I
okay.
wish we could talk about that. I wish we could talk
Exacto, si
about
usted tenía esa canción, papi, 10 de 10.
Oh my god.
Él yéndose de la ciudad con esa cancioncita, ya,
No,
10 de
yo
10.
voy, ok, cuando salga la película, recuérdame hacer un cut con la canción.
Por favor.
Sí, recuérdame,
favor.
because I'm gonna
Why?
forget.
You know, this is
Okay.
why it's good that Derek doesn't put numbers in his fucking reviews. Because his motherfucker said it was an 8, but it was just okay. So then what the fuck is a 6? Send a mierda. A 5 is like
Just
la peor
borderline.
fucking course I've ever seen in my life.
Exacto. Just forget about it.
It's like
What the
it's
fuck-
like
what the
it's
fuck
Es
is
que
a
ustedes
it's
no
one?
either-
saben, una combinación. Yo digo 8 ok, pero está 8 cabrón, está 8 puñetero, está
sí,
8, ¿ves?
Sure, of course.
Oh, it's all 8. It's all
Like
just
they
eight.
use
It's just
value.
eight. It's just crazy 8s. If you
Cinema
get
is
1
always
8,
8.
if you get 1 8, it's shitty. You need 8 8s for it to be a fucking great
exacto,
film.
exacto.
Masterpiece.
Exactamente.
Fucking god.
Yeah. It's a great movie. Los temas están cool. Los desarrollos de personas están concorde con todo el mundo. There's a connective tissue que está prevalente en la película. Las inspiraciones son bastante marcadas, pero I think they're very efficient para la narrativa que están contando. Como dije ya anteriormente, it's the most Batmaniest Batman that ever Batman. So, si tú estás aquí queriendo ver una película que se siente que estás viendo un graphic novel o estás viendo una película animada de DC, esto es como que realmente lo más cerca que tú vas a tener a ese tipo de experiencia. Y viendo que es una película detectivesca y todo, but it truly feels like that.
Orengo
Yeah.
said Superman. This is not. So
Sure.
It's the Rickiest Rick of the
Fuck
DC.
you guys.
Exacto, por eso dije the Batman is Batman. It's a reference to Rick and Morty, yeah.
But yeah, like for me, it's the same thing. Like I said before, I think it's a movie that we've seen so many times, but this one has been done so fucking well. And like it could be what you call it small, but I just really enjoyed that that horrific menacing side of
time
that.
out. Interjection before we leave. The score in this movie is very good. I liked it. I'm sorry. There was things in this movie that
Bro,
the music-
I'm gonna send y'all
El score. Ustedes están conscientes que esa era la canción de Darth Vader, ¿verdad?
Sí, todo el mundo ha dicho eso. El Imperial
No, de verdad,
March.
for real. Son las mismas
Not
notas
really.
de Darth Vader. I'm not
I
joking
didn't-
about that.
I didn't catch it. I
I
really
didn't
didn't
catch
catch
that
it.
either.
I didn't
That
catch
went over
it.
my head.
Totally over my head. I noticed that the Catwoman, every time the Catwoman was on screen, it felt like the score from Batman Returns for Catwoman, the long violin and shit. Like
Yeah.
it felt kind of. I don't know if it was a direct rip from that movie, but it felt very, very similar, like an homage.
Yo,
But
I'm gonna
but-
send y'all a fucking song later. Somebody mixed like all 3 Batman fucking themes. That shit sounds so sick.
But Orengo, I know that who was it? Hennessy? I think Hennessy said one time that like none of the Batman movie have any scores anymore. I think now you can shut them up with this one.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
this one kind of has a score to it. It definitely has a score. It's not just.
Sí, sí. Oh, no, definitivamente. Y son diferentes de acuerdo al personaje, porque cada personaje tiene un score slightly different. De acuerdo con los. Yeah.
All right,
Alright.
everybody. So yeah, I mean, Derek, you got any last words, or that was your last word? It was okay.
It was okay.
Such a
Yeah,
piece of
no,
shit. He's such a piece of shit. I want to see what's
no,
gonna
no.
be the movie.
Like, it was-
What's gonna
no,
be the
for
movie
real,
that
lo que iba a
Derek is
decir
gonna
es-
get?
Hey, if that's his opinion, if he says it's okay, it's
okay.
okay.
Lo que iba a decir es que yo no sé por qué están diciendo que esta película se siente como otra película de superhéroes, cuando no es que es un respiro completamente nuevo, pero tiene otro pacing diferente. No se está repitiendo toda la fórmula que vemos a través del año, igual los 20.000 chistes forzados, el easter egg conectándolo a otro superhéroe, es como que se sintió como que centrado ahí, fue como que, es como lo que dijeron, tú quitabas Batman y ponías a cualquier detective o cualquier persona, hasta el piragüero de Piragua, o sea, y servía.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even visually, like some of those shots were like very pretty. I mean, in a really fucked up way, right? They're really fucking grungy and shit. But I was like, wow, some of these shots are pretty dope.
Es como cuando la segunda vez entendí que la razón por la que Batman está virado es porque es un murciélago y los murciélagos siempre están pegados en el techo y por eso esa toma era así. Y yo, oh shit, because he's a bat.
Well, that was good. Well, it lasted.
No
Take us out.
vengan como que. No
Da,
vengan
da,
como que.
da, 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 da,
No,
da,
porque
da,
ninguno lo
da,
pensó,
da,
ninguno lo
da,
pensó.
da,
Ahora es como que.
da, da.
Fuck you guys. Ninguno se lo rió.